All right, but don't say nothing else because they can hear you. All right, just
We
keep your
live.
eyes and then just pay attention to if anybody else comes on, you can add them at the bottom
Well,
like you did.
I left from over there. Okay, I left from over there. I'm over in the corner now, and so.
All right, they can still hear you.
Good evening, everybody.
So just so
We're gonna start this live off.
everybody pay attention to the
Uh,
bottom.
the homie Superb running a little bit behind. He'll be here in a few minutes. And
Okay.
as
All
you
right,
already
there
know,
you
we
go.
have a special guest tonight.
Let me know when you get
He'll
ready.
be on a little bit as well. And we don't know who else will be joining us at the moment, but we are in the process of getting that figured out.
You all right, Graham?
Give me a minute. I'm networking on the phone and the laptop here.
Graham, you okay?
Okay, trying to network here. All right. What? All right. Hold on. Hold on. Hey. Oh, here we go. Ready?
What's up, Ellie?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Welcome to the show, bro.
Yes, sir.
Superb be here in a few minutes. He's actually a few minutes out from joining us. And
Okay.
okay, I see you just sent a message. I've been networking on my phone and on the laptop back and forth.
Right. You got a little echo.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's on Superb's end.
okay.
Yeah. If you see how every time me and you talk, his screen lights up.
Yeah, I
For the,
see it.
yeah,
I see it.
yeah.
Hey, what you do this weekend?
Well, I've been lazy all weekend, man. I went and shot some pool. You know, that's my weekend routine.
You pretty good?
I mean, I won a few games.
What you got your special stick and all that?
I ain't nothing special, but I got my own. Ain't nothing special about it. You know what I mean? I mean, it wins just like it loses, and loses just like it wins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Pull is not my
So,
not my thing. I need to get me a table so I can get active.
yeah, you know, I go up to the little local spot right here and shoot on the weekends, band and stuff.
Are you making y'all wear masks
So you
in
know,
here?
just kind of jam after that. No, I think. I mean, it don't be super packed like that anyway. For the amount of square feet it is, and the amount of people that come in, you know, it ain't really like shoulder to shoulder. Now, I mean, it gets jumping now. You know what I'm saying? They have like Friday night they have karaoke and they have like shots, you know, drink specials and stuff.
Yeah.
So you know, people come in on Friday and all, and then Saturday with the band. But it's laid back. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to be around a bunch of egos and a bunch of attitude and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Man, exactly.
So,
I need some more kick back down to earth.
yeah. So
I need to be
you know,
looking over my shoulder.
yeah.
Yeah.
Getting trying to get prepared and get situated for this trip to Cali this weekend. You know. Got the suitcases. Oh, where do you go? Hey, I hear him coming.
What's up, fellas?
What's good, fam? Really was on just a minute ago. He popped off
Oh yeah, I see it right now.
in the background, maybe.
He in the background. His device must have didn't got no Wi-Fi or nothing no more.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Let me transfer this so I can hear you on my
I'm gonna grab something real quick while you do
on
that.
my Bluetooth. Apologize, everybody. Late start. Business calls as always. All right, you good?
What's up?
Okay, yeah, I'm good now. I can hear. I'm perfect.
Yeah, and the echo's gone too.
Yeah, and it was mother-in-law was upstairs vacuuming. You was right when you told me that.
I told you
I
I could
came in
hear
the
it.
house. Yeah, because she had the garage door open to the man cave, so you can hear all that. Hey, appreciate everybody that's bearing with us. We're gonna start the show about 7:20. We got my boy Rock gonna be coming on about 7:20. Like I mentioned, we had a late start today. I was running kind of late, so I apologize for that. You know what I mean? But my boy Diverse Styles is always holding it down. You know what I mean, for your boy. So we're gonna get right into it right now. Waiting for a few more people to hop on, and then we'll get started. And if anybody got any questions for the topic for tonight, please feel free to drop them in the comment section, and we'll most definitely get to those comments.
Yeah, we got a few good questions already as it is, but definitely always feedback's always good.
Yeah, your boy was going through it for what I text you for, man. Finally right.
Hey, I know you
Man.
was, man.
I was like, bro, that's the only thing I hate about living out to this motherfucker.
I know if I was like, you calling me shit. Let me see what I can do real quick.
Man, it was crazy.
I might have to swing through after the live cuts off.
Yeah, you good. Hey, and PR device, he right there, but his device ain't picking up. So you know what I mean. He in the thing. I'm gonna text him right now. Matter of fact.
Yeah, I hit him up a minute ago. I was gonna say I was back and forth from the phone to the laptop. Oh, yeah.
All right, so let me get my mind right, and then we just get started. Once again, for those that's tuning in, that's not aware of the show topic for tonight, we got a really good show tonight with the homie Rock. You know what I mean? He made a few bad decisions in his life and turned himself around, you know, after making that mistake. And we gonna basically have him explain to those, you know, anybody out there with troubled teens, preteens, young adults, anything. I got a couple of those also that I'm gonna be making sure is listening to this also, you know what I mean, because he's gonna give us some good advice, you know what I mean. And it's the fab right now of what's going on. Everybody's trying to do the scamming thing, the credit card, you know, all that stuff. So you know what I mean. We gonna touch bases on it for y'all in a different format with him explaining it.
Yes, sir. All that quick cash. Yeah, man, I had got to watching the Braves game earlier and dozed off. Well, I'm glad you did call and hit me up. Yeah,
man, I did that earlier too. The wifey went to go get the mother-in-law her feet and nails done, and when they got back, I was in this comatose. What's up, fam bam?
What's going on, family?
What's up, bro?
Hey, appreciate it. We're gonna start the show in about like 8 minutes. We got Rock already. We already got him with the sound check and everything like that, so he good to go. So we gonna hop back on. You know, like I said, I was running kind of late, so I didn't want him to be sitting here waiting for us.
All right.
Anybody talk to Johnny today?
I hit them also in the DMs with the link, so he might be running late from work, you know, as usual on Sunday.
Yeah, I know. Big Homie had his daughter. I don't know if he's still out doing that with the fam today or what.
Yeah, if they come in a little later. You know, it's all good. We're gonna get through this topic, you know what I mean, and give the best show we possibly can right here. Was, you know, like I said, I'm a person right now that's an advocate listener, you know what I mean, for this topic, because I got two young adults, you know, a 22-year-old and a 17-year-old that, you know what I mean, they doing great right now, you know what I mean, but they you know what I mean, wasn't doing the best, you know what I mean, a few years ago, and this is something that they can be paying attention to. So that once I seen Rock post that in the group, I instantly reached out to him and see if we can have him on the show, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the one good thing about the local group is, man, is even though it's nationwide, you know, there's a lot of good folks here and locally that, you know, can you know, learn from, network with. I mean, it's done a lot.
Most definitely, and like I say, hearing this story.
And if you notice, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got a little delay. Wow. You got a delay, but go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you notice at the top of the page from the local group, it went from a sneaker group to a lifestyle group, which, you know what I'm saying, that was a dope change that KO made, you know, and to put the whole group. You know, I mean, it's worldwide now. It's in other countries and everything. There's folks hit up, you know, so that
I think it was like 43,000 members or something. 44.
Right, he's done a lot for the culture, you know what I'm saying, and, over the years, and put. I mean, not like Atlanta wasn't already on the map, but I mean, to put the whole sneaker culture and the necessity for us to have shops out here, and like when they did the pop-up tent and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, that big part of that. So that was pretty dope.
Oh, so that was KO and them that did that pop-up tent that was by your crib on Jodico?
No. I'm talking about the sneakers pop-up downtown.
Oh, hell yeah. I went there. I went there 3 times, didn't get in the first time. It was super crowded the day of, and that's when I missed out on the Levi's. But I went the second and the third day and came up on the Concords, and I forgot what other pair. I got my second pair of Concords there, and then another pair of shoes. I forgot which one. I forgot which one of my shoes I got there.
Well, I know Nolo and Detroit Day was killing it. They was up there like every other day, just racking.
Yeah, because if they had a few ones up in there. You know, I don't rock ones. They had a few of those, but I think I'm for sure I got the the Concord 11s there. Yeah. My second pair, because that was the only thing. Because I think it was Sniper Joan, and he got kicks or whatever the first day when they went out there on the YouTube or whatnot. So that's when I was already out there. So when I seen their video and seen them there and seen what they posted on what they got, and I was kind of upset, you know what I mean, that they had a few shoes that I wanted that was out there, you know what I mean. But when I went, everything was basically sold. But that was dope as hell for them to have that. If that was them that did that, that was dope.
Well, I mean, like I say, they was all sneakers, but I mean, they had a part in, you know, bringing attention to the fact we needed something like that out here. You know what I'm saying?
And it stayed longer than what it was anticipated to. You know, it was only supposed to stay here for a few days or whatnot.
Yeah, 16 days. I think it was here, what, 24? Something like that?
Yeah, I think it was like a whole month.
Yeah, 24 days, I think it was. I mean, they had things like they did the PlayStation Air Forces out there. They did the Safari Air Max 1s, the Levi 4s. They did, of course, the Concord, like you said. They had the Court Purple ones. I mean, they did a bunch of drops, but it was so random. You know, like you didn't know. And then they did like Fear Gods and
I got little pins. I still got my my bag because it said Sneakers Atlanta on it with the peach on it, and then they gave like little pennants. I got a pendant that goes with the thing, and then I think it was like a dust bag or something else that came with it. Like they give you a little raffle and you go do it on the little machine in there. You know what I mean, with your thing, and then whatever it comes up, that's what you get, and that's what I had came up, and I kept all that stuff just for that.
I know they debuted that Atlanta shirt too, the one with the peach when he's wearing the Chicago ones on the Atlanta peach or Georgia peach, you know.
Yeah, that was an exclusive there.
Mm-hmm. Now you can get it anywhere. They changed it. They changed the Chicago's to the Bloodlines, but I mean it's the same shirt, just different shoes on it. So, but that was it.
Hey, Brett Hill.
Yeah.
Hey, we ain't gonna even need you now this Saturday, man. They done pushed them damn Obsidian 12s back to the 22nd.
Oh yeah.
So we could take off early in the morning on that Saturday if y'all want to, you know what I mean, and leave hella early to beat that traffic, so we can get up there early and get back early also.
Yeah, that
so we hit
nasty lately. The 5 right there in the Ultra.
Man, bro, they saying Camp Pendleton to the checkpoint is ridiculous.
Ugly. I had to go the other day. I was under. I just went I went around all the way down Corona, down San Bernardino. I wasn't even dealing with it.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
Did you take that trip out to Vegas, PR?
Yes, sir.
Did you score?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
I knew you were gonna drive out there for no reason, so.
Nah, I ain't go out there for no reason.
You was going out there for them cream things?
Man, went up for them cream things. Get a little plug.
Man, I need them bitches, man, like a motherfucker.
I know. I hit him up Friday morning. I was like, bro, good luck. You know what I'm saying? He's like, shit, I ain't hit.
You got your size?
Nah, I didn't get my size, but my size is ridiculous, homie. I don't know.
What you wear, 11, 12?
I wore a 12.
Yeah, the 12 is the most expensive right now. I wear a 10 and they like at 13.
Right. I got a 9.5.
Oh, that's right next door to me.
Yeah, so I'm gonna find 11.5. Hopefully when we go to LA, I can find.
Yeah, take them with you. Yep, take them with you. Take them with you and do like a little trade or something.
I'm putting these on ice, man, for a little while. Let that thing go up.
Oh, and then you're just trying to get another pair?
Yeah, I just need a personal for myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do too.
Yes, sell them and get a personal pair.
Yeah.
No, he keep them on ice and he have both of them, and then he can sell those, and then his shoe would be drastically cheaper.
Yeah.
By the time you sell it. But shit, that's what y'all thinking about all these shoes being pushed back but still releasing in the UK and stuff. What's the reasoning for that besides the pandemic? Like, I don't understand why they continuously being pushed back. I
don't get that either. Like, especially if they being released in other countries. I mean, it ain't like the coronavirus, is strictly isolated here to the U.S. I mean, obviously we know it came from overseas, so but I mean,
It seemed like they treat it like that now, huh?
yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
like
because
we're the worst.
because we
It's like we're
wild,
the
man.
worst off.
We don't know how to stay in the house, man. We wild.
Hey, and then just to touch bases on, I'm at the airport, where I work and everything, and it's this lady, you know what I mean, in front of me in TSA, and the TSA, they give you a mask when you go through TSA. They give you these white masks and everything like that for free. So she took like two of them. So then the gentleman that was next to me was like, ma'am, can you put on the mask, please? And if you don't put on the mask, can you at least put one on your son? She had a little 5-year-old son, no mask on. She ain't got no mask. Do you know she went through TSA and all the way up to where you catch the flights at, to the concourses, my dude, and the security had to escort her damn near out of the airport until she decided to put on her mask. She told her it was against her constitutional rights and her freedom to put on a mask, and then they told her it was mandatory at the airport, regardless of all that. It's mandatory to wear. And this lady almost basically went to the magnitude, almost got kicked out and missed her flight, and finally decided to put it on. And do you know she took it off right when she got on the plane, bro, and they kicked her out?
What?
Bro, she took that mask off as soon as she got on the plane, and that's the most important part. That's the most important place in the whole airport to wear it, is on the plane, because you just basically confined into that sharing the same air
bubble.
and all that. Yeah. And she took her mask off. They made her get off the plane and go on another flight, and told her if she didn't keep her mask on the whole time, she wasn't gonna make that next flight. And I'm like, bro, to save your health, save yourself, you're gonna basically wear a mask, and I mean not wear a mask, and then on top of it, you got like a 5 or 6-year-old kid. At least put the kid a mask on.
Yeah, it don't make. I mean, like you say, I don't wear mine all the time, by no means. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to ride around the car by myself with it on and all that. We don't wear it around the house.
That's the stupidest stuff ever, bro.
Yeah,
is
but I
to
mean,
wear a mask.
I mean, there's certain places that
No. What I'm saying, to elaborate on what you just said, seeing people in the car by themselves wearing a mask, that is dumb as hell. Like, what are you doing that for?
Yeah, gloves, mask. Yeah,
Hey, y'all
or
gonna
like
think I'm
jogging
crazy,
down
but
the
I
road
don't
by
ever
yourself.
wear a mask. I'm one of them.
I don't either. That's what I'm saying.
I'm the
I don't either.
motherfucker out there. I'm sorry, brothers.
I wear it at work.
I have to keep one with me because, like say places I go for work, especially like Home Depot. I go to Home Depot a minimum of 2-3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Stuff for work. So you have to wear it in there. So I mean, I keep one with me. But other than that, man, I'm fine. Like, I mean, some of the stuff I made it through in the 2000s, 90s, and 2000s, I got to be immune to that shit.
Man. All right, so just to give a heads up on the topic for tonight, we got my boy Rock gonna be joining us shortly, to talk about some bad mistakes he done made in his life, and how he changed for the better and everything like that, and just give some advice to anybody watching that got a troubled teen, or if there's a troubled teen watching, that's moving in the wrong direction. We got some things for you. And then also, he is a college graduate also. So he just not just no dude off the street that decided to do some scamming or pick up a credit card or checkbook or something like that to run some trip. This gentleman actually graduated from college, you know what I mean? So, he was a smart cat, you know what I mean? So I understand the profession that he was in, doing what he was doing. So we're going to have him elaborate on all that right there, because I'm unaware of his circumstances, what he did, the time that he did, where he's at. So everything that he's going to be mentioning to y'all tonight is new to me as well. You know what I mean? So I just seen him in a group, and he mentioned, give back, reach one, teach one. If anybody got somebody that's, going in the wrong direction, if he can lend his hand to help, he, just hit him up and he'll do it. And I just felt that that's a good dude right there. You know what I mean? He could easily, be out, trying to get back right on his feet and doing everything that he fell off on when he went to jail. But at the same time, he's coming back and trying to help those that's moving in the wrong direction, so they don't have to make that mistake. It's like a cheat card. You know what I mean? Or should I say a cheat code to a video game? You know what I mean? He about to give you a cheat code so you don't even move in that direction right there. And I just feel that it's a great topic for tonight.
Yeah, most definitely. And I mean, I'm aware of some of his situation as far as, just being friends for over the years. Obviously not everything. So some of this is going to be new to me as well. But I mean, everything you just mentioned, man, is spot on. You know what I'm saying? Great dude. You know, been through the trials and tribulations just like myself, and made it to the other side. So it's a wonderful thing. I can't wait to hear some of this.
Yeah, and actually, I actually met him. He's the person that connected me with getting the Do the Right Thing threes. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I met him before, you know, knowing his situation, and he's just a regular member in the group and posted a link with some shoes for sale. So I jumped on it, and that's how I actually met him. And then a couple of weeks later, he posted the situation that he was in, and I was like, man, let me reach out to the homie. You know, he a real cool cat. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get him shortly. He should be joining us very shortly, and we can go ahead and get into it. Actually, there he is right there.
Look at Hollywood over there.
What's up, Rock?
Hey, it's California living, baby.
What's going on?
Everybody, can y'all all hear him? Say something again, Rock.
I can hear. I can't hear him.
Say that one. Say something one more time, Rock.
What's going on, family?
What's up, bro? I can hear you.
Can you hear him, PR?
No, maybe I need
Go
to
ahead
go in
and
come back out.
Yeah, go out and come back in.
Go out, come back.
Hey, what's up with you, Rock? Appreciate you taking your time today and doing this interview with us. We greatly appreciate it, man.
Oh man, I appreciate y'all for the platform and opportunity.
Oh,
It sounds like you going in and out
he
too.
might have to go out and come back in too. Hey, Rock, go out and come back in.
All right.
All right.
There we go.
I appreciate all y'all that's tuning in, bearing with us. Like I mentioned, if y'all got any questions for the gentleman, you know, please feel free to put them questions in the comment section. All right, we got PR. There go Rock right here. And give me 1 second, fellas, and we good to go.
All right.
Go.
Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yup.
Yes, sir. What's going on, Rock?
Not much, man. What's going on with the family?
All right.
Hey,
all right.
before we get started, man, y'all go ahead and introduce your handles, man. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody know how they can get in touch with you, contact you, or follow you, whatever they need to do. You go ahead, Rock.
All right, say less. My Facebook is the name that shows up on the screen, Rock Chanel. My Instagram is Flexing Diego with 2 no G. On this content here, anytime anybody want to reach out, easiest contact book, like Rock Chanel. That's pretty much all my social media right there.
Hey, was he going in and out to y'all also?
Yeah, he was going in and out a little bit.
Hey, Rock, you got a like another room you can go to closer to the modem or something, to your Wi-Fi modem or something, because it keep going in and out, and that's like a sign, like if you got a door closed or if you can open a door or something.
All right.
You can stay on. We'll just wait for you.
Hold on. I have to reestablish myself. Hold on.
Appreciate it.
Ain't nothing. Y'all hear me better now?
Yeah,
Yup.
it's clear there.
Let me set up my little chair and
PR, you want to go ahead and introduce your handle while we wait?
Yeah, what's up, family? You can check me at IG at PR_23. That guy that fly under the radar. You heard?
Skateboarding in unions out there. I see you.
Man, fucking them up.
Hey, they say we wear our pairs, bro.
Got you,
Man.
man. Got you. You only live once, brother. You better have fun.
Hey, man, I'm starting to accumulate like dead stock pairs. I need to start putting on the street, man. I want to get to them only 2 days a week, man.
Yeah, you can go.
All right, so we're gonna hop right into this, man. Like I mentioned, you know, we got my boy Rock up in the building here to enlighten, you know what I mean, or should I say, give us some game about the do's and the don'ts on the hustle game, you know what I mean. So these youngsters out here, can to get this cheat code for my boy. You know what I mean? He done been there, done that. Like I mentioned, he's a college graduate. He not just no cat off the street, just picking up something, trying to just make some money for right now. He basically had a plan. So we gonna let him elaborate on all that. And like I mentioned, the topic tonight is college graduate to federal inmate. You know what I mean? So we gonna start off with question number one. Basically, can you explain what you went to college, what college you went to, what was your major, and what degree did you earn?
I went to the University of West Georgia. Georgia. Graduated July 2007. My major was management. So I got a BA in business management.
Oh.
Experience operation.
Yeah, you going out again, Rock. You going out again.
You can hear me better now?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. But yeah, I went to the University of West Georgia. Graduated 2007 July. Management was the concentration, so I have a BA in business management. After graduation, I got into production and operational management. So that's how I applied my degree after school.
Perfect. Okay, and hop right into it. What was your charges that you got charged with? How long did you do? And what type of prison was you in?
Okay, I was charged with defrauding the United States. Basically, I was out here doing fraudulent tax returns. Got a lot of money off of it. Me, as the head of the organization, I took the sword. My conviction was 37 months with a 3-year supervised release and restitution of 1.34 million. I served 14 months. I got 6 months halfway house, which I complete in 8 days, and then I got 6 months good time, and I got a year taken off for entering the drug program and going through the steps of the drug program. So I went to FCI Memphis. That is a medium high security prison, meaning that we get locked down. Sometimes the lockdowns, the longest lockdown I experienced was 18 straight days in a cell. You come out for 5 minutes and literally you got 5 minutes to shower and get back in your cell. And you're only doing that shower once every 4 days. So it's rough. It's people getting killed in there. You see all kind of stuff. So it isn't.
Can I ask the question right there? I think you was about to elaborate on that also. So with that prison, that wasn't suit for your crime. You feel that basically they put you in a maximum security when you was a white collar?
It's one step below the maximum security. So
okay.
In the federal system, you have penitentiaries, which is maximum security, FCIs, which is medium low to medium high. And the one I was at was a medium high because it's a lot of guys who got penitentiary points that got management variables that allowed them to come to a medium. Then you have low security level prisons that's like more open. It's really more like less restrictions. And then you have camps, which camps is, I don't want to, because you're still in prison, but it's just like a more like something like a men's club or boys club that you go to, and it's not like no lockdowns, none of that stuff, but you're still in prison. Let me not minimize anybody's time or anybody's situation. But for me, with my criminal history, my charges prior to this was simple. I had a few misdemeanor weed charges. That's it. And I mean misdemeanor like I get pulled over and I got a 3.5 in my bag, in my pocket or something. So it's never been like nothing major. I've never been in trouble like that. So for me to have a white collar crime and get sentenced and sent away to medium security was kind of, I do feel like I was over sentenced. Well, not over sentenced, but punished incorrectly. I was put in the wrong position. But I wouldn't take it back. It kind of really helped me out because maybe going somewhere a little less, I might have not had the same outlook on being in prison. And I might have just took it like, oh, it was just a timeout session. And, I'm going to just get back out here and do what I need to do to, you know what I'm saying, make it happen. But going to that setting and, like I said, experiencing lockdowns for long. I mean, I remember after my first full month, we got locked down 17 straight days. I almost lost my mind. Like, there's only so many books you can read. It was only so much you can do, So, but luckily I had a good cellmate. I had good cellmates throughout my time. So, the first cellmate was from Memphis. So, we had a lot of stuff we could just talk about and just bounce off, things going on. And he was in my age range. My next cellie happened to actually be OJ Mayo's father. Sure, us being sneakerheads, we all know who OJ Mayo is. Fair. So his father happened to be my cellie for about 3-4 months. We were cellies. And so we had good times as well because, he gets to tell me a lot of stories. I'm telling him things. I guess to hear about his son coming up and things like that. And then my last cellie was a young guy from North Carolina. He's only 23. And actually, I rode with him for about, I want to say roughly about 9 months of my bed. Me and him were cellies. And he really helped me realize this is what I wanted to do as far as coming out and helping people out because the man's been gone since he was 17. Had a kid. His kid was born while he was incarcerated. So he's never fully had the chance to be a father like he wants to be. So I'm kind of glad I got sent where I got sent because even though the lockdowns were super long, they were stressful, those times actually let me see like, nah, this ain't the life. And hearing people that I know, because where I was at, it was a lot of gang banging, like a lot of gang banging. You got Bloods, Crips, Vice Lords, BDs, Latin Kings. I mean, it's gang bang central, So, but hearing these guys, and them telling you like they stressing over this or they, they going through all this and it's hard on them and they don't want to do this no more. I know little me, not on no violent type stuff. Oh no, this ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it no more. So, and I'm getting older. I just ain't got the time to give to these folks like that. So if I can just tell somebody my story to help them realize like, nah, that ain't the way, that's what I want to do. So yeah, going to a medium, I wouldn't even change it, honestly. Yeah, I was probably placed in the wrong location, but a lot of good things came out of it. I got in the drug program because I went there. I didn't originally sign up for it or give them the information to get me that 12-month reduction. I was really willing to do my time, but luckily going to the medium, talking with some guys and them knowing my case, hey, you need to go do this. It's going to get you out a year earlier and get you a little more halfway house time. And everything worked out the way they said because honestly, technically, I'm not supposed to be home yet. Like, I'm still supposed to be incarcerated. So, by the grace of God, even though it wasn't what should have probably been suitable for my crime, everything worked out in my favor. So.
And I'm gonna elaborate on something that you said where I feel that it would have been something for me also would have been the same thing also, like taking charges, not like you said, not disrespecting nobody's prison time, but say they did put you in Camp Snoopy or something, you'll go get out on the streets and go do that shit again. Like, man, I can go do Camp Snoopy. That ain't nothing. You know what I mean? We living like we on the streets, yada, yada, yada. So I don't feel that would have helped me with being sentenced to some time, and it's supposed to be hard time, and you go into a camp, should I say, we call them like Camp Snoopies and shit like that, you know what I mean, because they really ain't jail, but they are jail, you know what I mean, you're away from your family, you can't leave, everything like that, you might get a job off the camp, all types of stuff, but I feel that that's one of the main points that I took right now on what you mentioning, is that that's something that would have hit for me also. If they would have put
Yeah,
me in that medium over that Camp Snoopy, that really changed your momentum on coming out. Your momentum, figuring like, you get caught, you try to do things better so you don't get caught. You know what I mean? But now
absolutely.
you coming home to a totally different mindset, because them 18 days on lockdown, being around murderers, rapists, and shit like that, when you a white collar crime, it's like, man, they don't got no love for it, brother. So imagine if I did do something that's different than this, where am I gonna be and what am I gonna be doing then? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And like I say, I don't want to disrespect nobody's situation, because I have a friend now. He's at Maxwell in Alabama. This is a childhood best friend of mine, and due to the virus, it's been harder on anybody in prison, because the guards are the ones, the staff brings in the virus. How can the virus get into the prison if everybody's in prison? You know what I'm saying? But the staff brings it in, but they're punishing the prisoners as if they're rioting. Where I was at, I still got buddies who I talk to on the regular, and they've been locked down. Like, I mean, just they get 1 hour to go out per week on the rec yard, and you can't even work out. All you can do is walk the track. Every day. Recently, they just was allowed to come in the common area from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then they're locked down for the rest of the day.
So imagine the toll that can put on a person that has a family member sick, or a baby mother about to deliver a baby, and they can't be in communication, stuff like that. That aroused the attitude, and now you looking for somebody to take it out on as soon as you get out that cell. You know what I mean? So
absolutely, because I got a good friend. He's from Baton Rouge, Nate. He's in Memphis, and bless his mother, because I haven't been able to really get a hold of them, because literally they're limited to 10 minutes on the phone for the day. Like, you got a call 10 minutes and then you can get back in line. And they only have 10 minutes to use the phone right now. And his mother had caught the virus. So I can only imagine the stress, but I talked to him recently. He was in good spirits. He said she was doing much better, but it's still stressful to, not really be able to even truly communicate with your mother like that. Like, so those small things, and with the world being so uncertain right now, like I said, a lot of things play part in my evolution as a man. But I swear, being in that predicament and then coming out, I came out right in time. Like, I got out February 7th, and the pandemic basically hit the next month. So if everything would have went just a little worse, or let's say I was cutting up in there, getting in trouble, losing good days, I still be in there right now looking crazy, because and dealing with that. There's no sports, so you get. So I'm just giving y'all, like, because you're in your cell all day and you're trying to watch a little sports. Well, it's no sports. You can only watch Friday and all them BET classics so many times, because we know those are on loop on BET and MTV and VH1. They're showing the same movies all day.
Dominoes, chess, and spades can only play so much. You know what I mean?
You can't even do that, though. If you think about it, if you're stuck in the room, you better hope that your cellie got one of those.
Or hope you like your cellmate. That's the first thing. First and foremost. Yeah.
Even worse.
I done been in them situations. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So these things here, plays a major part in my understanding that that's not the way to go, and you get an understanding that, like, there, You know, it was a few times I had to check a few guards, and I don't mean like check like rough them up or nothing, but at the same time, hey, whoa, pull my file up. I'm not in here for no BS, none of that. Yeah, I'm a criminal. Don't get it confused. I'm not saying I'm some big rough tough guy, but you gonna respect me. I got enough education. I got enough, you know, I got stuff going on that I'm not just some dummy. Don't talk to me any kind of which way. And those people in there, they treat us, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, and this is the God honest truth, they treat us worse than they treat their own pets. How many people do you know they're gonna tell a human you only got 5 minutes out of every 4 days to wash up?
Crazy.
It's crazy. And then you're stuck in a cell with another grown man. And so hygiene, in a time like this, even worse. Like, so y'all not gonna allow people to shower when hygiene is paramount.
Mandatory, right?
Mandatory, yeah.
Like, you know, so you see these type of things and you realize like the system really is not designed to rehabilitate nobody. Like, you have to find it in yourself to rehabilitate yourself. It's actually a cycle. Like you said, guys are got pent up emotion and they come out. I seen it happen. We're on a lockdown, and the first time we get to come out and use the phone, 2 guys get to fight because they mad about the whole line arrangement. They get to fight, and we go right back on lockdown.
Right back lockdown.
I mean, because at the end of the day, your frustration is already running over, and then let a nigga say something the wrong way, anything slick, anything. You ready to pop. You know what I mean? And that's what they do. You go in there for a jaywalking ticket and end up doing some years. You know what I mean? Because you go in there catching cases, and that's what it's set up for. Like you say, it's not set up for us to rehabilitate ourselves. It's set up for us to get up in there, and they do what they can to keep you. You know what I mean? And keep that number on you from probation, have you violating, back up in there, parole, like continuous cycle. And then the first thing that they do like, how can you rehabilitate when you get home and then no places is hiring felons? No one's hiring somewhere that you just got out of prison and stuff like that. So you rely back to your old means of trying to hustle and feed your family because you're trying to do the right thing. I'm listening.
Or your parole or probation. Your parole or probation, it stops you from having a job because you got so many regulations, you know.
Absolutely.
Man,
that's one thing I went through
like
with my particular situation. I went through. Yeah.
Have a large.
I mean, go ahead.
Go ahead, PR.
No, I was done.
No, I was saying that I went through the similar situation. And look, Superb, even to run the tape back a little further than that, and Rock will understand this. Lockdown alone, like when you're locked down, it already is stressful. Like with your ISO or you're in a cell, you know, like that. So it's already it plays for your mental state. So I couldn't even imagine.
That's not for a human.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It plays with your mental state, especially for an extended period of time. You know, I've been in that situation where I've been in ISO and lockdown. You know, on different times, of course, and I mean. And it wasn't nothing like with this pandemic where, you know, phone calls are limited, time out of your cell is limited. So I couldn't imagine the mental stress and all that it would put on you and the physical, you know, attitude that it would put on you. I mean,
hey, it's modern day slavery, fam. It's free. They getting free labor out of you for dirt cheap on the pennies. You know what I mean? Like, and then you doing like out here too, like in down south, they doing big things. You know what I mean? Like not like chain gangs like that, but they doing real work out here. You know what I mean? I see in Clayton County, they out here cutting grass, you know, doing like all types of stuff. And imagine the contract Clayton County got with the city. You know what I mean? Of Clay, you know what I mean? The money they making and how they paying the inmates. You know what I mean? It's just like crazy, bro. It's modern day slavery.
Those are usually the county camps that he was referring to. Like those are county camp. That's not like Georgia State prison.
No, I'm just mentioning a scenario of how they're getting labor out of you.
Right.
Most definitely. And then, boy, hey, let me tell you something. When them boys in that situation, they might be out there sweating and hating all that, but they loving being out there because they're not in that lockdown facility.
I was going to say that too because where I was at, there's and I'm not sure if y'all familiar, but there's a actual part where people work for a company called Unicor.
Yeah.
And Unicor is pretty much at basically all the federal prisons.
They're bonded and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but they all got separate, different type of jobs. Like different things they do. At our prison, they separated hangars. These hangars will go to TJ Maxx, Marshalls, a lot of different locations. But the benefit of working in Unicorn, if we were going to be locked down for an unspecified amount of time, because they don't really tell us, hey, y'all locked down for a week. They just lock us down, and it could be for the rest of the day, or it'll turn out next week we looking drunk, just like, man, you don't know when you coming out. So the benefit of working at Unicorn was when it was prolonged lockdowns, they would get to come out and go to work. You know,
they need their money.
And they exactly. And one time, I actually, when it was almost over with my bid, because this was the 18-day lockdown that I experienced in January, because I had to watch the national championship game from myself. I'm a big LSU fan, and so I done made all kind of crazy bets, and I can't even yell and rah in people's face. I got a beat on the door. And one day the guards is walking around asking about concerns and this and that. So I asked them, like, hey man, how's Unicorn going to work? And y'all saying it's a security threat. Guess what? All gangs, everybody is represented in there. Is white, black, Mexican, all in there. Every gang is represented in there. So if it's a problem with a group of people, guess what? Those folks can go in there. Oh, well, we got contracts that we need to fulfill. Huh? So really, y'all just got us locked down for nothing. So, you know, like I said, it's such a mental stress. And Ian, I'm so glad you said that, because when you're in there, you know, I never, ever, like, it didn't really dawn on me as far as the stress that I was enduring during the time until I lost 27 days good time. I lost 27 days good time. I believe it was in right around September, November. I lost 27 days. And this is how you know this. I still had the whole fraud still was in me. I still hadn't released that thought, because I was in there manipulating the compound money. We had a thing where our money was basically books of stamps, like the mailing stamps.
Oh yeah,
man.
So the
super
mailing
revenue.
stamps,
That's super revenue right there, boy.
So a lot of guys
Super
use the
stamps.
stamps to go buy drugs. Like I didn't do nothing, and I still don't. Like, because I knew I had to come home to probation, and if I couldn't get clean in there, well, how would I ever stop smoking? Because I like to smoke marijuana prior to my incarceration, so I knew I needed to stop. So I haven't smoked since I went in, and I don't plan on doing it until either it's federally legal or I'm done with papers. Either or, like, but I knew that wasn't for me. I never was interested in drugs. I was never interested in any liquor, none of that, because I just didn't. I had it in my mind that I was trying to get out the quickest way possible, but at the same time, I allowed my train of thought. I didn't check my rational thinking, which is something I'm so glad I did learn about in there. I didn't check my rational thinking and thinking about, what is this really something that's providing a true benefit to me. But I got into it where I was basically selling stamps on the compound to, drug users and getting their family to wire money here and there. And one guy, he got hot. Like, he was really hot on the compound because he was doing too much. He had tabs, like $1,000 tabs with multiple different people. So he ended up getting investigated, and they went through his emails, and he had emailed his mother to, hey, send me $400, and they could find the transaction because he actually sent it to my book,
Wow.
So when they did the investigation, they came and got me and was like, hey, you're going to have to go see, the judge. And so when I went and seen him, he docked me 27 days. They took my phone. No, they didn't. I'm sorry. They took my visits and my my email usage for 6 months, which at the time I wasn't really complaining because I was going to be home before the end of the 6 months anyway. I mean, don't get me wrong, it hurt not to have the email because email
contact
is actually the most important thing of communication because everybody's not always available for the phone call. They may be at work.
What did y'all have? You had the tablets?
Nah, we don't got no tablets. We don't got
so
no
internet. All kiosk internet?
All kiosk internet type stuff.
That's how,
exactly. So, the most important thing was the email, but I kind of got, creative. And if I had to have a message sent out, I asked one of my buddies, hey, can you email this number for me and just tell them such and such and such. But that situation there really taught me something because my whole sentence, my main goal was to get home to my daughter. That year before I left, while I'm in federal court, I'm in child custody court at dual time. So I'm paying 2 lawyers, fighting for my life to hopefully not go to prison and fighting for my rights for my daughter. So luckily, prior to leaving, the day before I left, I literally had to go to court. And knowing I was going to turn myself in to the feds, I had to go to child custody court, and I told the judge, like, hey, this is my last day. I got to go to jail tomorrow. I have to self-surrender.
I remember that.
Yeah, so the judge was like, well, all right, I'm going to do the final order now. So, I got joint legal physical custody of my daughter. So my whole time, my sentence, my bid, and everything was about minimizing any situation because I didn't want to add time to something that was already seeming like a long time anyway. And, I knew I was going to miss my daughter first teeth coming out, miss my daughter first day of school, and these things you don't get back. A lot of people don't realize that, but you don't get those events back. Yeah. Like it's never another first day of school for my daughter. Yeah, it may be the first day of first grade, but it's not the same as her first day of school, and so her first tooth falling out. I wasn't there to be like, oh, well, the tooth fairy brought me money for you, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't able to experience those moments in life. I missed her first daddy-daughter dance. These things we kind of take for granted. And when they actually come about and you realize it, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, that was the only time in prison I actually had to go in my bed and I shed a few tears because I knew I was at the finish line and I let my bad thinking, I wasn't thinking rationally. Like I said, I wasn't challenging my thinking. What was the end goal? I was kind of just trying to maneuver, because like I've already said, I was white collar in a place where it was real hardened criminals. So I still had to make a niche where, okay, they respect what I got going on and ain't nobody really bothering me because I'm a money man. Like, nobody messes with the money guy. You know what I'm saying? So I built a niche, but did I really need to do that? And, once I realized that, I was like, oh, no, I'm not doing none of this no more. Let me chill out, ride the wave, and go home, because that time cost my daughter. More than it cost me, it cost her. You know what I'm saying? Right. And these type of situations, you just don't realize the consequences that it affects more than just yourself. So
actually affects the people around you even more than yourself.
Way worse because now
learn that the hard way.
Way worse than what you honestly realize. And in my situation, I kind of was okay. Monetarily, I had money put up. So I never really needed money from people. Like my friends, everybody would tell you, I really never reached out asking for money. Here and there, friends would send me money here and there. A few guys from ATF sent me some money. A few guys,
right there.
just out of the blue, sent money. And big props to them because I didn't know who was gonna rise. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people stepped up and just showed love. But luckily, in my predicament, I wasn't as needy as I could see some of the folks around me depended on their people to find the means to get their money, to go to commissary, to put money on the phone, put money on their emails. And it's not really fair to your family to have to now have a new bill, which is you, a grown man that's put away. Now they got to provide like another, it's another bill,
Yep.
And so you see it, and like I said, my situation is a little different, but I know how it affected mine because I told my family I don't want visits because I knew I wasn't going to see my daughter. So I don't want to see an adult. Like, I just didn't. Like, I don't want to see no adult. If I can't see my daughter, I don't want to see y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I do my bed on my head. Like, I'm not going to see y'all. But in a way, it was selfish. God forbid, I'm so glad I came home. My mama is still moving, pumping, healthy, all that. But anything could have happened in that time period.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I would have regretted it. Like, man, I had the chance for my mama to come see me. And I told her no. You know what I'm saying? So my mama was stressing about that all the time. Baby, can I come see you? We want to know that you're all right. But my mindset was, you know how hard it is to watch somebody walk away, because I did it when I self-surrendered. I had to watch my people leave and me go get cuffed. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to do that no more. Like, I promised myself, hey, next time I see y'all going to pick me up. You know what I'm saying? And we going to leave this place together. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the stress that you put on the people around you, friends, family, is immense. You know what I'm saying? I can't, it ain't even measured, because people take it, they're doing the bed with you. They're concerned about you every night, you know, because what if you don't contact them? They don't know what's going on. Like, I remember my first lockdown, my mama was so scared because she didn't know what was wrong. Like, you got to think, my mama knew from the rip that, oh, he's in the wrong place. He's not supposed to be there. He's supposed to be somewhere else. So she is automatically thinking of the worst. Like, oh, my son ain't reached out. She done called the prison and called them so much during the lockdown. My counselor had to come to me like, hey, your mama, we when we get you out, we need you to call your mama ASAP because she's worried about you. And I like,
hey, but how many? And it's probably over of a 70% of inmates in there that don't have somebody that's even concerned about them in there like that. You know what I mean? Where they living better in prison than they are on the streets. You know what I mean?
That's actually funny you say that, because there was, like, I know my first time, my first trip I took, there was some guys that was getting out, and the guy that had nothing, he done, it was like a 14-year bid, and he had nothing. I mean, his family had, you know, his mother and father had passed away. His son had wrote him off. He didn't even know where his son lived anymore. I mean, he had nothing, and you know, he's paroling out. I mean, and when they open that door and tell you to go, you don't got a choice but to go. You know what I'm saying? Now, you can go out there and violate your parole and come back, but you don't have a choice at that moment but to leave. And he literally was teared up. He's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I don't know anything else in life. But
look, we
but
seen this. I had a guy, OG Kenny, old head. I ain't gonna say old head, but he got a little age on him. He had been locked up since 89, if I'm not mistaken. Wow. 89. And when the First Step Act happened, because he had life, the man had an elbow. They literally, and this is something that y'all,
what's up with you, Johnny J?
need to know. They take your birth certificate and cut it up. When you get life in the federal system,
oh wow,
they take your birth certificate and they shred it. You are no longer considered a person. You're considered simply a number, your federal inmate number. Yep. So they cut this man like birth certificate up, but he got his sentence back because of the First Step Act. So when he got sent home, I never forget, it's 100 of us in the dorm, or we're in our unit, and we standing out in the common area, and it's grown men crying, clapping. It like we just seen LeBron or Michael Jordan just win the championship, front row seats. Like, we literally happy, like, and it was such a relieving feeling just to see somebody that you knew, like, and he was positive from the day I met OG. On everything. The man took me under his wing, and hey man, you know, you ain't got to do this. You stay positive. And he used to say this so much. Because he's from Indianapolis. The man used to be like, I can't wait to go home. I'm gonna go get me one of them GMC trucks, and I'm gonna do this. And one day I happened to ask him, like, OG, how much more time you got? And OG was like, man, I got life. I said, what? But you be talking about going home. They're like, yeah, man, I'm going home. I'm telling you, I'm going home. And then everything got reversed. You know what I'm saying? Man. So his positive mindset and the way that he reacted, and that's one thing I will say about prison is it's a lot of good people in there.
Yeah.
It ain't what people make it. A lot of people think, oh,
they got a stigma. Oh, he went to prison. He got to be this. He got to be that. And for the majority of the guys who had life, was the best prisoners in there, like by far. They positive. They uplifting. They trying to tell you what not to do, how to navigate. And this man was. I mean, I don't. For the life of me, when I first met him, and I swear to y'all, he projected his release before, because I got in there before the first step actually was signed. It was just being talked about, and we didn't know really the maneuvering that it was going to happen, how it would affect people. But once it was signed, people was like, all right, this is what's going to happen. But it's still a lot of red tape. You still got to get your case seen through the judge, your sentencing judge. It's just a lot of stuff they got to go through. And the man got released. And like I said, I just never seen so much raw emotion from, hardened criminals. I'm just being honest. These is real live RICO cases, murder cases, armed robbery. These is real criminals. Like, ain't no soft nothing. Gang violence. You know what I'm saying? These guys is in there crying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you mentioned, that was a good dude. You know what I mean? And he was deserving to go home. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. And shout out to OG Kenny, because like I said, the man is one of the most humblest guys ever. And I just remember, like you said, Ian, him going home after 20-something years, the first thing he really said, I really don't got much.
Yeah.
But the second thing he said after that, I'm going to figure out how to do the right thing. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
come back.
I'm going to ride this wave to the right way. You know what I'm saying? So, that prison system is definitely something I encourage people to avoid at all costs. Like, the strain, the pain that it puts on others around you, you can't. And even my daughter, I swear, when I came home and finally got to FaceTime her from the halfway house, and I'm talking to her, she's like, "Daddy, where have you been?" It hurt to really have to tell her, "Daddy went to prison for something I did before you was even born, or before your mother was even pregnant. I had to go sit down for something for that long ago. My baby's 6. So just imagine." And so she like, "Well, what did you do?" And I can't really, she's not going to understand, but I can tell her like, "Well, Daddy did something wrong. I had to pay my debt, and even now, like oh, Daddy, come get me. Daddy can't yet because Daddy has an ankle fracture. Oh, Daddy, have they taken the box off yet? Daddy, is the box off yet?"
The box.
And that's all she knows. Like,
that's
Daddy,
dope.
did
Though.
they take the black box off of you yet? And so you realize, like, okay, my daughter's 6 and she's growing. Yeah, she's 6 going on 25. But at the same time, she's not fully understand or appreciate everything. So it's hard when it affects her because she miss her daddy,
And at the same time, it's going to affect you a lot more mentally than it did her. Like, you're gonna have big old butterflies, you know what I mean, when you finally able to go see her, grab her. Of course the tears gonna shed and everything like that, but moving forward, it's the best rock that you can be for her. You get what I'm saying? Some people, like I mentioned, don't have nothing to come home for, nothing to do better for, and God gave you her to change that mentality. Like you just mentioned, you didn't want nobody to come see you if your daughter couldn't see you. You know what I mean? So right there, I think that was a addition that was greatly needed in your life. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
I wish y'all nothing but the best when you are able to finally see her on a daily basis, and she's able to see you most in depth.
It's over with August 10th,
Man.
man. It's over with. I'm out here, and that's number one priority. Like you said, that's my purpose. And prison kind of gave me that redirection. And I ain't gonna say she wasn't prior to, because like I said, I fought that last year of my freedom. I fought both federal system and child custody system. So, and I quit. I quit what I went to prison for all the while. I quit when I had the baby because I knew in my life that as a man having a daughter, she's gonna look to me as her example of the man she wants when she gets older. So I wanted to be a hardworking, go to work every day type of guy. So I stopped. Like it's literally why my sentence was as light as it was, because I was in the roughly 48 to 57-month guideline range, and the judge said, "Well, y'all didn't catch him first and foremost. He stopped on his own, and somebody else led y'all to him. So I can't not send you to prison, Mr. Chenal, because the amount of money that was taken is just. If you can show me a case that somebody got probation, I'll give it to you." You know what I'm saying? And I knew then, like, well, because my attorney kind of told me, well, we're going to go for probation, but it's a slim chance. Like, my real goal is to get you 3 years or less. And if you get 3 years, that's when I was introduced about the drug program where, all right, you're going to do about a year in a few months and you'll go home. So knowing all that type stuff, I was kind of relieved, you know, and the judge, you know, there was some lenience in it, but my daughter was my motivation to already begin the change in my life of trying to do the right thing, making sure that she sees a hardworking man that provides, you know, not just a man out here just looking for the easy route. Because I mean, we all know how it goes. We all want to look good. We all want to ride nice rides. We want to have nice kicks. We love our shoes. The latest fashion. We want to do all that. We want to take the nice trips to wherever we want to go. We want to do all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we get sidetracked from our 9 to 5, but we'll get us there. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us sometimes want to take those shortcuts, and I didn't want her to see that, because guess what? We live in Atlanta, and this is the home, well, one of the homes of scamming. Just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? And
it's big again.
I didn't want her to think it turning right back up. You know, so I don't want her to think that's a path to success, or, oh, well, daddy did it, so it's okay. Nah, daddy stopped. Daddy stopped before you were born. When I knew that this woman was pregnant, it was over with. We're not doing that. I'm not bringing no child into this world and on the wrong foot. So I changed my life, you know. But prison then gave me that, like I said, my last cellie being so young, being 23. I literally just talked to him earlier today. I told him about the show, and he's my motivation to be in this outreach program that I wanted to create, as far as talking to the youth, just giving them some direction, because the man's been gone since he was 17. He's a blood, big blood, as he used to say. You know what I'm saying? He from Raleigh, North Carolina. So he's Durham, North Carolina. He's from Durham, and all he knew was gang banging. He's in there for robbery. But if you meet this man, the man nickname is Snacks. Big lovable dude, like big dude. You know what I'm saying? Young guy though, but he's so full of potential. He actually got a bright mind, but nobody helped cultivate him. Nobody took the time out to say, hey, man, look, man, nah, you shouldn't do that. Why don't you try this? You know what I'm saying? Or, hey, bro, he good in sports. As big as he is, he could have probably played first base in baseball. We had a softball team. He used to be out there crushing stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so you see this, and it's unfortunate that he allows the people around him to influence him. But those same people don't do nothing for him. He can't get $10 on his books from nobody.
Man. Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? You see that, and it just make you realize, like, man, you know, and that's my main man. Like, I send him money, and he'll tell y'all now, like, oh man, Rock. Even while I was in there, I called somebody, hey man, put some money on my man's book for me, like, and let me know when it's done, because I ain't trying to see my man. This my celly. So if he ain't got it, guess what? Go in my license. You know what I'm saying? But he's so young and so full of potential that you realize, like, damn, man, I wish somebody would have took the time out to help this man out. And the whole time since he's been gone, his daughter was born. He wasn't there for her birth, so he missed that whole experience. And he tries to have a relationship through the phone, but that eats at you too, being that young and going through those things. And so that's what really motivated me to say, you know what, when I get out, I don't care what I do, But by me doing with me kicking it with him day in, day out, and we had a real rapport where I knew like we used to talk nights, and some nights we didn't go to sleep. And we got grouped the next morning where we going to do our drug treatment group. And we stay up all night. We nodding off in group, getting tapped. Hey, wake up, bro. Like you can't sleep. You know what I'm saying? But we in there nodding off and stuff. But those conversations was powerful because it let me know, one, I'm not as far detached as I thought I was from a separate generation. That actually we're more in common, and that some of us need to take our time out and give these folks our experience so they don't have to experience it. Because if he'd tell me every day if he didn't have to do it, he would never do it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's all some of them gonna want to bang their head against the wall. Well, guess what? Let me still give you a little information so when you hit that wall that first time, you ain't gotta hit it again. You done got the signals to say, all right, nah, I see what he was saying. He absolutely right. I'm not gonna keep making this right turn when I should have made the left turn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or somebody will hear your story and say, whoa, nah. Oh, they doing what in there? Oh, you get fed like this. Oh, you get told when you can go use the bathroom. Or, oh, you told this, you told that. Nah, I'm good. Because that's the same reason why a lot of people don't join the military. Oh, ain't nobody going to be yelling at me and telling me this and that. Well, guess what? In prison, they do you even worse than that.
Yeah.
And it ain't guess what? The military, the one thing, you still free. If you want to get discharged, you just go home.
Yeah, you ain't getting a paycheck.
Yeah.
In a paycheck. Guess what you're not getting in prison?
Neither.
You don't get discharged until your date comes. You know what I'm saying? So, it's important that, as us young, and even Ian can speak to this. Most of us come from impoverished backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of us, we had to climb up out the mud. And that's what we have to tell folks, yeah, I understand getting it out the mud, but get it out the mud the right way. Yeah, education may not be what you need to do. You may need to go into a trade school. Use your hands. We need more mechanics. We need more welders. We need a lot of things that actually applies actual physical labor. Fact. Hey, it's nothing wrong with being a welder. I know welder. My uncle is a welder in San Francisco right now. He works on bridges. The man makes like $60 an hour. You can't tell me that's not a lucrative career to get into.
Yeah, to tell me to go home, I'll be at work all day.
Every day.
You know what I'm saying? Man. So, but we get so caught up in hoop dreams. That's what I like to say, hoop dreams, because Atlanta, Black Hollywood. So everybody sees all this fascinating stuff going around with them. Instead of wanting to take the proper way to success, and we define success by money, guess what? Money is not being successful. Happiness is what's success. And it took me going to prison to actually realize that. Because, I used to think, me having 100,000, I'm successful. No. Because guess what? If somebody ran in my crib, I couldn't put the money in the bank.
Man.
So guess what?
Now they got 100,000.
Yeah, they run in my crib and come take my safe. Guess what? I'm broke. I'm looking drunk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not successful because I'm still worried about everything going around me. You know what I'm saying? That's not success. Success would have been me having $40,000 in the bank. Happy. No stresses in the world. Never worried about the feds. Because when I was doing what I was doing, trust me, every day I was concerned, is the feds going to catch on? You know what I'm saying? And I thought I got away. Honest to God, I thought it was over with. Like, all right, I quit. I done moved on with my life. Guess what? The folks, ain't no statute of limitations. I just learned this. You have to call these folks. When you decide to stop a crime, you have to notify them. Oh, I'm not doing this anymore. Then the statute of limitations actually starts from that point. You get 7 years. It's not what people think. Like, I quit and the time expired. If they don't know that you did that, guess what? Whenever they get wind that you done it, you can still be convicted because you didn't notify those folks that, hey, I used to do such and such and such. And now, only time it happens like that is when they start the inquiry. So you go murder somebody, well, there's no statute of limitations on that. Yeah. But you rob a bank and they investigate it and you became a person of interest. yeah, there's a certain time limit for men. But if you rob a bank and they don't know, they have no clue you're not a person of interest, and then they finally say, "Oh well, we think we got the person of interest." Guess what? From that point on, for 7 years, they can come get you. So that's some education I know a lot of people don't know because they think like, "Oh, well, if I lay low for long enough, it's over with." It's not like that. Like these folks got the rules so manipulated in their favor, and guess what? We got to be right as a criminal. You got to be right 365 days out the year, 24/7, every hour, every minute of the day. You got to be right. Guess what? Them folks need 10 seconds.
Man,
They need 10 seconds, and your life has changed. So the stress that puts on you, that's not success. There's no way you can be successful where you always thinking about a whole nother entity. I'm trying to think about me, mine, and the people around me, not the federal government, the state government. I don't need that stress. So going to prison, I mean, I swear the best thing about it was learning that success is not defined by the amount of money you have. It's about the amount of happiness that you're actually receiving through your life. So, you see people who do things and they're tremendously underpaid. We got teachers out here who get paid pennies. But you know what? They find success in actually helping children.
Yeah.
That's success because they're happy. They're doing what they want to do. Every job, and see, that's what I want to preach to youth. Everything isn't going to be you a basketball player or you a rapper or you is in the entertainment business. Maybe you can be in the entertainment business or in sports. Maybe you need to be a sports agent. Why not try?
Yeah.
We have to start changing our angle on certain things. Like you may not be the most athletic, or you may not be the best rapper. Why can't you be a publicist for a rapper? Why can't you get into the A&R business to go find talent? You feel what I'm saying? So it's up to us to educate folks that all these big people still got layers to what's going on. And success could still be in what you love. Like I love sports. So honestly, when I went to college, I should have took the angle which I said I was going to do. I don't know why I didn't do it, but I should have been a sports agent. That's what I always wanted to do at first. But I kind of got lazy. I started seeing that, because honest to God, I've been scamming since '02. Since I graduated from high school, I was a scam artist. Like checks, we did the black box, we done everything. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing under this sun that I don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like now, I know y'all see it on there. People selling the scam Bible. I could have wrote it myself.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So one thing I want people to realize is, and I made this decision a long time ago. I really went to school to make my mama proud, which probably was the wrong thing, but it really wasn't. I should have applied myself a little harder, but I wanted my mama to be happy that her son graduated from college. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, and this is something I try to tell the youth: go to college. You know what? You're gonna be around a lot of women. A lot of women. You might meet your wife. You know what I'm saying? And this is the only place at that time, because guess what? When you leave high school, it's two decisions. You got go work, find somewhere to really work, or go to school and have fun. You can have fun, go party, enjoy yourself, still be maybe a grown kid for a few more years. You know what I'm saying? So I try to use that as an angle to some of these folks too. Hey, go to school. You don't know what you want to do. Just Hope is here. We got Hope Scholarship in Georgia. I don't know about every other. I think a lot of other states have started to adapt that model. But in Georgia, we got Hope. Keep a little 3.0. Go to school. Even if it's for 2 years, go to school. Go have fun. Be around some hoes. Like, excuse my French for all the ladies tuning in. Be around some ladies. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy yourself. Like, because they there. You know what I'm saying? And do the right thing. Like I said, education isn't for everybody. And there's a lot of ways to be successful in this world and in this country. There's a lot of ways that you can find success and have monetary success. You know what I'm saying? Because I truly understand. We on a sneaker channel now. I see Jordan's behind my man here. I see SB's behind my man here. We all love shoes. I got on Rookie of the Year ones right now. So we love shoes. Y'all know what time it is, man. I got a stack of boxes. That's how I had my camera propped up. Was on sneaker boxes.
I think you went on like I think you went on like a 50-day run of buying something every day, man.
I had to, cause when I left, I had to sell everything because it was expensive paying attorneys, preparing myself for the bid. I thought I was going to do 3 years. Honest to God, I said.
Hey, you know what? And that's funny you mentioned that. You had me have like an old man moment a minute ago. Think about it, man. This gonna take you way back. Back when you were still in college, remember you was talking about a dude stole your shoes, and then you made a post about it. And everybody on there is like, oh, go see about him, go see about him, go see. And me and you chopped it up, and I was like, bro, you already know what that's gonna bring. You know, and that was God dang. How long ago? That was super
like
long.
Early days of ATATF, man.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
And I mean, we chopped it up for
about that and going into that. Okay, that as you just said, that's a trickle effect. So I would have went and gone seen about this guy. One thing about it, I'm not no killer. Let's just make this known. I don't say I'm about that, but I had a gun and I got a temper. So if we not about to square up and box, I'm gonna shoot you. Because you done stole from me. It's no hold bar now. So guess what? I ain't shooting to hurt you. I'm shooting to kill you. Because I ain't going to let you come back later like, oh, after you recover, now you can come chop me down. No, we not doing that. So guess what? I got a murder charge. I had already done this, so this would have just been down the road. Like, even if they gave me a little manslaughter or whatever, I would have still had to go to the feds. So I'd have just been ate up in the system. By then, my whole mentality would have been crushed. Like, you see what I'm saying? I would have never, I wouldn't have had a daughter because I'd already been gone because this is prior to me having a daughter. You see what I'm saying? So that one conversation, and as simple as that, and I'm so glad you brought that up. That's how a conversation can help change somebody from making a bad decision.
I think that post had like 400 and something comments. Yeah. And it was only like me and one other person with a little bit of logic. Like, bro, come on, man. Some shoes, man.
But I was ready to go tear up.
I know. I remember we chopped up for like an hour back and forth.
I was ready to tear it up. And, with that being said, that's why it's important to let the youth know because we make decisions irrationally. We make decisions out of emotions. You know what I'm saying? Our emotions drive a lot of our decisions instead of us actually using logic and breaking down the situation for the pros and the cons. And that is a beautiful example because some shoes that clearly I recovered. Basically, I bought more shoes. Something that, now don't get me wrong, maybe if it had been something way more important that can't be replaced, there's really nothing to say, and pretty much everybody's gonna stand on protecting theirs when it comes to something like that. But in that situation, that's not worth it. Something that's got a little value, whoop-de-doo, it can go. You know what I'm saying? So you're absolutely right. Sometimes we don't sit down or we don't have somebody to sit here and say, hey man, bruh, that's not logical. Good. That's not even worth your time. So you telling me you gonna go do this, and this is all the things that can happen after you do this. Is it really worth it? No, we don't always have that. We always have, like we said on that post, it's 400 or 500 people commenting, and everybody is on some yes man shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go tear it up. Yeah. Go do this. Yeah. Fuck them up. This and that. Whoa, where is the guys who gonna challenge that train of thought?
But then as soon as you do that though, they're gonna be like, this stupid motherfucker did this over some shoes, nigga. Yep. Like, come on, man. That was the first the first thing coming out their mouth. Yeah, they're gonna be and they the main ones. Go get them niggas. You know you ain't going out like that. It be them niggas that ain't gonna bust a grape, these internet dudes. You know what I mean?
Ain't none of them gonna ride with you, put money on your books, none of that stuff.
Nothing.
And then, you know what? That brings us to another question that we had for the panel was, I obviously we know that there's always the people that's there for you when you're on the street, and when you're doing good and you're doing your thing, got money, all these people are there. Oh, life of the party. Hey, what you doing this weekend? This, that, and the other. As soon as you disappear, out of sight, out of mind. So my question is, I have a few real ones that rode with me before, during, and after. But how many people are actually still there to this day for you besides family? Your mama always gonna love you and be there. Your daughter gonna be there. Same thing with me. My parents, my son.
The same ones he was popping bottles with in the club, is they still there? You know what I mean?
How many?
Hey, Rock, your phone. I mean, we can't hear you, bro.
My bad.
There you go.
Now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me be honest with y'all, and this is God honest truth. I gained. I didn't lose. I honestly gained. Everybody that was there with me before rolled the rock. I had a point man. This is my best friend, Anabeezy, named Eric, but we call him Anabeezy. Anabeezy was basically like my point guard. So everybody funneled messages through him, and you know what I'm saying, any information funneled through him. So because we only got 300 minutes a month. So, that's used. I tried to save minutes because just in case an emergency, like somebody hit me with an emergency type of email, I need to be prepared to be able to respond ASAP. If I'm out of minutes, then I'm hit. You just really got to hopefully get them to explain through email. But so what I did was I would have mostly everybody funneled through him. So people always sent love, hey, let them know we thinking about him, we praying for him. They asking how I'm doing. Honest to God, then I gained real friends because, like I said, ATATF, big plug. Shout out to all them, KO, everybody. I got letters from them guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't gotta send me no letter. Like, think about what I'm saying. These is really associates. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how the group is. We get cool, but it's more on an associate type of level. We all cordial. We pop our shit, joking and stuff. But these guys sent me letters. Avery Smooth Road sent me letters, like plural. Sent me money. Vinny, he not in the group. He don't got
Vinny,
Facebook no more. But
Vinny ain't in the group.
Yeah, Vinny sent me. I want to say Vinny probably sent me about $500 on God. I ain't need no money, but the man was sending me money, like on everything. You know what I'm saying? These guys, and I might miss a few guys who done reached out, but on everything, folks was sending me letters, unexpected. So you know how good that makes you feel to see this. Like, you get a letter, and it's like.
Oh,
he faded out. You can't hear you, Rock.
You can hear me now?
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Okay. You know who's sending you letters. For the most part, Mama. Z was sending me letters. I had my great aunties, my father. They, I already know these letters is coming. Pretty much clockwork every 2 weeks, or a card, just something motivational from family is coming. But when you get a letter from unexpected people and they just, letting you know, hey man, this is what's going on out here. Like I said, I gained, and I know a lot of people where they drop off, and so I'm actually probably a anomaly in that situation, because most times folks ain't riding with you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, most people not riding with you. And I think maybe my character, like I say, and I try to let people know this, your character is everything. You know what I'm saying? How you conduct business, how you conduct yourself with others is everything. So me always being who I was and being a good stand-up guy, extending my help when I could to anybody, I think people wanted to give me that same help during my time. So I didn't lose nobody. I mean, as crazy as that may sound,
Yeah.
I didn't lose not one
You know,
person. I actually gained friends
that's
from
dope.
this experience. You know what
That's
I'm
dope.
saying? And that's why I mean, it blows my mind to even think because when I seen that, you know, that was going to possibly be a question that been asked, I had to really reflect. Like, man, I really ain't lost nobody. Like, they really rode the ride. Like, you know what I'm saying? And made sure, like, it's times that my friends would make sure, like, hey, be easier send me an email and be like, hey, call it such and such time. All these folks gonna be at the crib. They want to holler at you.
Yeah.
And I call, and they there.
That's
That's
Hey,
dope.
you
dope.
straight?
That's
What you
dope.
need? What's going on? Blah blah blah. What we need to send you? And I'm like, I'm straight, bro. I'm just, how everything out there. Y'all family good? You know what I'm saying? So, honest to God, I couldn't been more blessed with a great support system that really helped me because, like you said,
Especially people you help feed their family. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
facts,
That's
and I mean
that's most important.
Yeah, that's dope.
nobody let me down. I mean, I honest to God, I couldn't name one person that did something that I was like, nah. Everybody came through, like big time came through for me, showed me love, was there. Like, I think one time, big shout out to my man BC. Uh, all his kids is my godchildren, and I remember calling him one time, and I try not to call all my friends because I don't want them stressing. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I call him here and there, and one time I called him, and he say, "Man, my boy literally just asked about you, man. Why ain't Rock showing up over here? Cause those my little men, like, and his daughter is literally, I think, 6 months older than my daughter. So, all of them, I love them. Like, I'm pulling up. I done took them to Six Flags without him. Like, hey, I'm coming to get the kids. They coming with me. We going to Six Flags for the day. You know what I'm saying? So
Man.
we got real rapport. Like, so his middle child was like, hey, Dad, why ain't Rock came over? Where Rock at? He gone or something? And I was just like, man, I'm gonna talk to him. Just tell him I'm gone right now. But I'm gonna get the chance and the opportunity to pull up and explain to him, hey, I made some bad decisions. This is what happened. You see what I'm saying? But that let me know, like, these folks really rock with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? When your kids is asking you, like, after a little while, like, hey, Dad, why ain't we seen him? Like, where he been at? Like,
Yeah,
and
where
it
Unc
get to
at?
your mind, it gives you some type of inspiration. Like, man, I was really doing good out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though I'm in this situation, I ain't a bad person. I ain't gotta inject that what they trying to inject into
Right.
me of defeat. I don't gotta accept that. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta let this be, as my mama used to say, it's a road, it's a speed bump in your life right now, son. And you hit the speed bump going too fast, and you flat you like now. I be hitting these potholes and I be tearing up my tires. That's what I did. I hit a speed bump that I had to go sit on the side of the road while
Mm.
everybody was still moving in traffic, and I had to watch traffic keep moving for a second and reevaluate my circumstances and then come home. But God bless. I mean, honest to God, to answer that question, I didn't lose nobody. I gained friends, like even guys who I've known for years, but we kind of wasn't uh as tight as we should be. Big shout out to my bro. I think he on here, CJ. I seen him comment.
Yep.
CJ sent me a super long letter, just encouraging me, keeping me up. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. It touch you because these folks ain't got to take
Priceless.
the time out to write you a handwritten letter. We all know that. Nobody doing that. People type. People on the internet. Nobody got time to sit down at their desk and write no letter. And these folks writing me letters, just keeping me up. And like I said, so I gained real life friends more so than I would ever expect it, to be honest. I gained people that I'm forever in debt to them. They may not know it. And when the time does come about where I can see they need a helping hand, I'm going to be one of the first people to be there for them. You know what I'm saying? So to answer that question, I mean, I'm blessed. I mean, and I seen it. So I do want to highlight that I am absolutely the probably in the super minority of people that don't lose, because like I said, my young Sally lost so many folks. People just out there doing good, not sending him $1, not even concerned, not seeing how you doing, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it happens. It's definitely I'm the minority. The majority loses. All they got is their mama.
You know, and for me in my situation, it was actually opposite, but it was a choice. Um, you know, of course, everybody knows I had to do a little vacation time myself. You know what I'm saying? And when I got home, you know, I had folks that wrote me. You know, there was some folks that wrote out and wrote me, and to them folks, I greatly appreciate it, and I'm very thankful that, because it keeps your mind, you know, keeps you kind of, while you're confined to one space, it keeps your mind in the free world to an extent.
Facts.
But we all know when you're there, you have to live there. You can't live there and in the free world at the same time. But
Facts.
but you know, when I came home, I made a post, and first of all, nobody knew I was home for like 2 weeks. I wanted to see if anybody knew or got wind or whatever, you know. And a couple folks knew, you know, all the real ones. And but I waited like 2 weeks to see what was going to go on, and I would jump on Facebook, you know, kind of just see what was going on with people and all. And I made a post. I said, "Hey, look, as some of you already know, I'm home, and now that I'm home, I'm gonna be making some changes in my life." And I said, "If you don't hear from me, that means you're one of them." Boy, my inbox started blowing up, folks. "Oh man, you talk about me, bro? I'm glad you're home, bro."
Conscience.
Exactly. It's
That's
like,
what
man,
it is.
exactly, like y'all wasn't there, you know, and it wasn't nothing. I didn't single nobody out. I didn't mention no names. And if
But
it didn't
they know
apply,
what it is.
yeah,
They
exactly.
know what it is.
The folks it didn't apply to didn't respond. But
Facts.
the folks that was like, "Oh damn, that's a
They knew
hard
in
low."
their heart it was good.
Right,
Yeah.
it's a low blow. Oh, it was all good when I was out here, had a pocket full of money, pocket full of dope. Everybody wanted to run and kick
Everybody
it.
running with you.
Right.
And see, that's why I say a lot of folks don't realize this. They go out here, you the man, you feeding folks, you feeding, okay, some of my guys, they feeding people, you know what I'm saying? And guess what? Them same folks you feeding leave you quicker than them folks could take you in.
Yeah.
Boy.
You know what
And,
I'm
I say,
saying?
out of sight,
speaking
out
of
of mind,
losing
bro.
people,
Out of
speaking of
sight, out
losing
of
people
mind.
speaking of losing people while being in prison, I did a federal prison stint myself. And
Okay.
while I was fighting my case, I fought my case for 18 months, but during that process of fighting my case, my grandmother passed. You know? And that's the worst thing that somebody can go through in prison. You know, that chaplain coming to your cell. You know what I mean? You know what it is. When the chaplain coming to your cell, you know what I mean? You see other people go through it. So you're going to lose some people, and it's not a good thing to go to prison. Because when you lose somebody in prison, you're going to take so much guilt on, you know,
Absolutely.
that, you know, that you shouldn't take on, you know what I mean? Because life is life, you know what I'm saying? So things are going to happen, but, you know, and then when I got out of federal prison, I was out about a week, and my uncle, you know, he was like my father figure in my life. He died a week after I got out of prison from like a what is that, like a gallstone or something? Something simple. You know what I mean? So you don't want to go to prison if the youngsters is looking, because you don't never know what life is going to serve you. You know what I mean?
Nah. And speaking of that, see, that's another way that this it's a cycle. It affects more than just you. You got people out here who going, you know, like you said, life is going to continue going. So death is a part of that. Yeah. And okay, I lost my auntie. I mean, God rest her soul, Aunt Lo. And my family decided not to tell me. So they didn't notify the prison. So I didn't have no clue. I knew she was sick going in, but it was like Alzheimer's and dementia setting in. So she was having strokes, but she still was, every now and then, for months at a time, she snapped back and she good. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't never think of it. But when I came home, literally that day when we was traveling home, they told me, like, man, you know, we didn't want to tell you, but your auntie passed. I'm like, my auntie who? And this literally, when I go to Chicago, I've always stayed with Aunt Lo and all her kids. Like, I really never stayed with none of my other aunties. My father got literally 13 brothers and sisters.
Mm.
And out of all of them, the one that I mean, Aunt Cookie is also as tight, but Aunt Cookie always all over the United States. But Aunt Lo is Chicago. So when I go to Chicago, it's Aunt Lo and the whole clan that I'm with all the time. So it hit like, damn, I didn't go to a funeral. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get to give my condolences to my first cousins. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to pay my respect. You know what I'm saying? And that's mandatory. If I was out free, I'd have been on the first moving train out there. You know what I'm saying? So people don't realize, like, you don't get those times back. Like, those last moments, and just like your uncle, this is how crazy life is. Your uncle could have been stressing for a minute.
Right.
And could have knew his time was up. But he held out because he said, oh, my boy is coming home and such and such time. I got to see him.
Right.
Before I go ahead, and because the mind is a crazy thing. A lot of people, I remember my grandma in Chicago, when she was dying, her last request was to get my mama to get us up there, because we were the last 2 grandchildren she hadn't seen. We went up there, seen her for the weekend. That Wednesday she passed. You know what I'm saying? So you don't understand the motivation that some of us provide to some of these people in life. And sometimes people die from grief too. Like, man, my boy been out here disappointing me forever. I'm ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to deal with this. I'm tired of dealing with that. And I don't want to deal with no more disappointment from my son, or, you know what I'm saying? So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm quitting now. Father, take me now. So, you know, prison actually, like, back to our original point about it affecting more than just us. And nobody is prepared. I seen a guy literally lose his mama while he was in prison. That was one of the worst nights ever. The man, you could hear him crying. Like, the whole unit could hear him crying. Ain't nothing as men, it's hard. Like, it's hard to express ourselves already, because they teach us to be men and, put the emotion to the side. So it's hard already to, you know, express the troubles we got, express the emotions that we got. But to hear a grown man in prison, I mean, we locked down for the night, and you hear this man crying, screaming for his mama. And one of the worst things, and something that stick with you so hard, you just realize, you know what I'm saying? And then I had another OG from Columbus, Ohio. Lost his daughter.
Excuse me.
Lost his daughter while he in there. I believe she got in a car wreck or something, where I know it was super unexpected. It wasn't like she was sick or anything. And what do? You got no control over none of that situation.
Yep.
They wouldn't even furlough him to go to the funeral. You know what I'm saying? So this is blood. This is his seed. He can't even get out to go pay his last respect and see her before she gets put in the ground. You know what I'm saying? And these things happen, and people live so fast, they don't take the time out to think, like, your mama already sick. Are you really willing to miss the last of her days for your selfish greed?
Right.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying? People don't think about that. But then when it happens, now they destroy it, but you had the opportunity to stop beforehand and say, nah. Look, sometimes, and I'm not telling nobody to live a certain type of way, but look, sometimes it's best to just slow down for a second. Now, if this is what you decide you want to do it when it's only you. You out here and you ain't got no family, and everybody's gone, and it's just you. Hey, guess what? You're responsible for yourself. And when stuff happens to you, guess what? Only person that is going to affect is you yourself, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? But when you are entangled in a web of a whole bunch of people, everybody counts on you. You bring a certain life spirit to people. Don't disappoint them with doing selfish things. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us don't take that time out, because I learned that was my biggest flaw. I was selfish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
I was super selfish. Everything
That's
I
us
did,
as human nature is selfish. You know
it's
what I mean?
selfish. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I thought I was doing the right thing by quitting and trying to raise my daughter, but I still was selfish. Regardless, like even beyond those points, I still had selfish mentality, selfish ways about myself. I was bickering with the mother of my child for my own selfish reasons.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that prison sentence taught me, like, you here because you needed to learn that your selfish ways isn't something. If you're gonna do the right thing and raise your child right, you can't be on this selfish stuff no more. You know what I'm saying? And God bless me. Let's go sit down, because I don't know if y'all gonna ask this question, but I'll kind of lead into it. I know it was one about what would I change? If what would I change to have a positive outcome? Honest to God, I wouldn't change anything, because I was self-destructing one way or the other.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, I might say, "Oh, well, I wouldn't done what I got caught for." Well, guess what? I'd have done something else.
Man, or we wouldn't have been able to have this interview. You know what I mean? Jealous one of these haters. You know what I mean? Seeing you doing what you're doing and try to peel you. You know what I mean?
It's too many. God had a plan to sit me down to probably save my life.
Cause like you say, moving too fast. You know what I mean? You wasn't
moving too fast.
Your presence at the moment when you're doing those things. The last thing is you thinking about is getting caught. You thinking about what can I get next? What am I doing? You know what I mean? And at the same time, you got these niggas that's in your circle. And I ain't gonna say immediate in your particular case, because you just said your circle was super tight. You know what I mean? But in certain circumstances, you get certain dudes that ain't making the money that the man is making, and feeling he's supposed to be in some type of depriveful way of just because he the homie that he deserves something.
And
you know what I mean?
That's human nature too. Envy, jealousy, and unfortunately, a lot of us, even us, sneakerheads, you know what I'm saying? We envy a certain cop. You know what I'm saying? We'll see a guy catch a steal.
Collections, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see a guy catch a steal and he'll post it like, I'm gonna just use something unrealistic, but let's say a guy caught the frag ones. We see him post it, say, "Man, I caught these for $200 retail." First of all, our first reaction will be like, "Man, stop bullshit." Then he might really got the receipt showing, like, "Bro, I really caught it for $200." Naturally, we're envious and jealous of that transaction. Like, damn, why couldn't that have been me? Even if it ain't my shoe size, I'd have got that and flipped and went and got my shoe size. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we're envious naturally. So
like the relative PR with them cream foes.
No, like skateboarding in the blue unions. Yeah, man. I ain't forget that.
So, and that's natural. It's natural for us to envy nice things, because this is what we come from. This is something I had to learn, that people be like, "Oh, possessions this and possession that." It's not. Well, guess what? Since the beginning of time, the first kings and queens of Africa, where civilization begins, guess what? They wore gold. They had beautiful robes on. It's always been a part of civilization since the beginning. Everybody wants nice possessions.
Nice things.
There is nothing wrong with that. You see what I'm saying? It's up to us to educate ourselves to understand that we do deserve some of these things, but we have to work hard the right way to get it. You know what I'm saying? So I remember being told, like, "Oh no, possessions, this is not." And guess what? This is part of us. Like, we're because of some of the decisions that people made before us. Adam and Eve made that improper decision to eat the apple. Guess what? We got a whole train of thoughts after that. So it's natural for us to have envy, jealousy, but as being men and leaders, it's up to us to educate so we can teach the proper envy. It's okay to envy your homeboy doing good. Man, that's what's up, my guy. I see you out here shining. Hey,
facts.
What I got to do to get to where you at, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? You want to show me the ropes, I'm willing to listen. It's okay to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? At the same time, you actually telling somebody you see them achieving something, that you're proud of what they're achieving, and I want to take the same road. You know what I'm saying? Compared to oh, you sitting in the cut like, oh yeah, hey, check him out, bro. We gonna get him.
Yeah,
we gonna get him. And that type of hate and envy is what's wrong with the culture all around. Like, so prison for me did a lot of positive things. I mean, the negative was being away from my daughter. That
Indeed.
Yeah, that hurt. Like, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, that's something that I still struggle with, because I know it's gonna come to a time where I really gonna have to sit her down, pull out my paperwork, and just like, hey, this is where Daddy was when you went to kindergarten and I wasn't there, and you was wondering where I was at. This is what I done. I know you know I went to prison, but I want you to understand what Daddy did. You know what I'm saying? And that's something. Yeah, if I could change something, yeah, I would change not going to prison, like, because it stopped our relationship of continuing to grow, me doing what I need to do to be her pops and showing her a good dad. You know what I'm saying? And that had to take an intermission. But
not to interrupt. Also,
Mhm.
like you mentioned it earlier, like you wouldn't want to change nothing that you did or anything like that. I feel that that's just another chapter of your book. You know what I mean? We all got a book, and it just depends on how many chapters we gonna provide for that book. You know what I mean? We can live a clean slate. Do everything 9 to 5, everything like that. Have minimum chapters in our books, but I feel from everything that you speaking on and everything like that, I feel it changed the direction that you going in life, and becoming a father to that little girl. You know what I mean?
And I'm glad you said that, because honest to God, that's where the motivation for change and enlightenment came, was coming home. I know I have to use this situation as a positive.
Yep.
And as a teaching mechanism to elevate myself, elevate those around me, and most importantly, elevate that little girl. So
Yep.
That is the reason why I say I wouldn't change anything, is because it gave me the aspect to be a voice. I mean, and my mama told me this. She always knew I'd do something, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Even in prison, I slick was just on. Oh, I'm the quick. I still had a quick mentality. Oh, I'm gonna just go home and get a CDL license. I'm gonna drive some trucks because they hire felons and this and that. But then I kind of realized, nah, that's not for me, because guess what? I can't reach lives if I'm always going. I'm never consistently sitting down somewhere. So I'll struggle out the gate. You know what I'm saying? If I can help somebody else not have to go behind those gates. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So prison isn't nothing to glorify. But I'm honestly happy, God, because it's over with, it's behind me. So I can say this with a clear mind, that God blessed me with that situation. Like, because if not, I mean, God knows what could have happened. And I could have got into trouble for something even worse down the line, because my train of thought just wouldn't change. It'd just been like, all right, or something could have happened where I'd have been like, well, you know what? I need to get back into that, because I need to get this type of money and do this and have this type of money for my child and this and that, and make excuses, plausible excuses in my mind to say, all right, I'm going to do wrong. Because we try to justify our situations to make it a rational decision when it's not rational at all.
And it's funny you mentioned that too, about like some of the greatest things and all, and because I know Superbs heard me say this, and I know a number of people have all. I even told it to the judge when I completed the drug court program that I was in. I was like, the best thing that happened to me in the last recent years is the night I got arrested this last time. You know what I'm saying? Because from that day forward, I have completely changed. My whole mind frame has changed. It sat me down for another, this last time, it sat me down one more time for a little while. But I had some time to think, and it was a life lesson, to where I really decided, you know what, enough is enough, and I can't keep doing this, and so um, for me to tell somebody that the best thing that happened to me it was getting arrested, they look at me crazy. They're like, "Wait a minute, it don't make sense." But you have to be in my shoes or know more about my situation to understand. Yes, getting arrested was the best thing that happened to me.
Absolutely.
Here I am 3 years later. I mean, look at the things I've done in 3 years. You know what I'm saying? You know, my whole mind frame. I look at things different. I think about things different. I react differently. Hold on. Matter of fact, I got something to show y'all real quick. Hold on. Y'all can talk in the meantime. I'll be right back.
Okay.
PR, you got anything?
Yeah, man. I've been through a lot of the similar stuff my boy Rock been through. And I got a 20-year-old son. So this goes, to speaking of, this is my experience. I got a 20-year-old son, and I've done a few prison stints. I don't want to go into speaking about everything because this is Rock show. But my last little situation, I missed my son's graduation by like 2 weeks from getting released. His high school graduation. And that's a big thing for us men. Us women, not us women, but women, men, all around. That's a big step. And I think that affected. That has an effect on them. I don't think that will ever be able to be changed. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit you can never take back. So
absolutely,
prison ain't it, man. It ain't about prison time. Like you can go in there, anybody can go in prison time and do their time. They stated mind their business, they can do it. It's easy money. But the effects that you have on other people, the effects that it has on your life, the effects is the major thing. The lost time is the major thing. The lost events is the major thing. Losing the people in your life and, disappointing the people in your life, you know what I mean, is the major thing that people need to understand when they go in to make a decision that might fuck them off. Excuse my language, might fuck them off though, plain to be blunt. Because sometimes there is laws that we might not agree on, so we break them. But at the end of the day, you got to know it's a law written in paper, and that that it can have an effect on somebody else and affect on you in a major way. So be wise on the decision making that you make every day. That's something that I wake up every morning. I got a prison picture of myself. I keep wearing my little work area. I keep it up to remind myself, you've been there. You don't want no parts of that. You don't want no action. All you do is you're losing money, you're losing loved ones, and you lose time. It's a waste of time. So, every day you got to wake up and make good decisions because it can be a split second. You can be at a gas station. You can be mad, having a bad day, and left an argument with your wife or something, and somebody said something wrong to you, and you do something. Now you're back in prison for assault or something simple. So, decision making is very important in life. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's what I got to say on that.
And elaborate on that real quick before Rock jump in. Also, if anybody listening, that's a youth out here, got a kid. I mean, that's the one main thing. If the youth would listen to those that been there, done that, and instead of glorifying that lifestyle with what they're living in, then it would be reciprocated a whole lot better. You know what I mean? If it's coming from like the relative just said, he got a 20-year-old son. You know what I mean? Things that he telling his son and giving them cheat codes and everything is going in one. Not saying that it is. I'm just speaking hypothetically as how it goes. Is that sometimes it go in one ear and out the other, but coming from somebody else that's not Pops and they hearing it, and so what Pops is telling me is like, damn, he telling me the same thing Pops is telling me. You know what I mean? And then they're gonna reciprocate it a whole lot more. And I just feel that positive. You know what I mean? Regardless of what y'all been through, you know what I mean? Y'all, you know what I mean? All three of y'all explained y'all stories and everything like that, and still positive males in this life, you know what I mean, right now, and can give a lot of game to the youth. And that's why I wanted to do this segment tonight that we have. So once again, I just want to emphasize the fact of when the youth is out here doing bad and everything like this, and it's their human nature, they're going to go through it. You know what I mean? They got to see it, you know what I mean, instead of being told something before. But at the end of the day, if they listen, it'll be a whole lot easier transition for them.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Yes, indeed.
And what I was mentioning a minute ago is like my whole attitude towards life changed, and my whole attitude towards financial situation has changed, and the way I look at things. And what I got, I keep something with me at all times. I keep it with me, and I want to see just how long I can hold on to it, and I've been doing really good. Luckily, this last time since the day I've been home, I have not been broke, not one day, and it's all been legally. I have not done no illegal activity to gain any financial, gains. And right here, this is the first $100 bill I earned, honestly, when I came home in August 2018, and I keep it with me on a daily basis. And I'm going on 2 years. August this year, August will be 2 years, and I got it. I mean, look at now. My bank account is steadily increasing. I keep that 100 with me. I've gained a positive circle. Not that people that were in there before weren't positive, but the people I keep around me now to this day want to see me continue to do better. Always, and the main thing is they want me around. I'm not the guy like, oh damn, he's here. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So my life has totally changed, and like I say, people told me over and over, do this, change this, change that. I didn't listen because I was still caught in that whirlwind of I'm doing fine. I don't need y'all. I got my own money, blah, blah, blah. But all that matters nothing when nobody, like when you out of sight, out of mind, like you say, we said a minute ago. And that's why I say this was not only a refreshing, panel to do tonight and hear other people's situation, but like you say, the ones that's out there that's on the fence about whether I should do right or wrong, man, play this video 100 times until it sinks in and you're doing the right thing.
Absolutely.
Right.
Somebody told me one time that if you have to think about something twice, you already know the answer.
You already know the answer.
You already know the answer. So if I had to second guess,
to hear that.
hey,
Man.
if I had to second guess myself, I know this ain't for me.
That ain't for you.
Right.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And so, man, hey, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your side. And PR, thank you for sharing yours. And I hope that all three of our stories have been able to soak in somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Somewhere, because the thing is, just to add a little more juice on it to these young men out here, we go fast. We go to get these fast things for women. Guess what you do when you go to prison? You don't see no women.
No women.
Touch no women.
One of your homies gonna have that woman.
And somebody else got the woman you was impressing.
Listen
That's real
to me.
tough.
Listen to me,
Real
man.
tough.
And guess what? What you got? You're going to have black and whites laminated to take into the shower with you. Is that the
Yep.
lifestyle that y'all
Shower
really
pack.
want? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the party pack.
Because a lot of folks don't realize, and they'll say one thing, but we all want to impress the opposite sex.
Yes.
Somehow,
Indeed.
some way. You know what I'm saying? Unless we marry. And guess what? Even then, we go hard for our wife. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying?
We're trying to impress
So,
somebody.
we
Right.
still trying to impress somebody. You know what I'm saying? So these women, and what you'll learn, a woman, let me make sure I stress that, because these girls are infatuated with the fast stuff.
Yeah.
A woman wants stability. They want their man to be home every night. They don't want to be on no phone call and gotta come visit you or go wherever you at, whether that's state or federal.
Man.
They can only come see you once a month. Guess what? That's not gonna last if you got any.
You can lose a good woman like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of guys, I hope I can stress this enough. Your right hand is gonna be your best friend if you want to keep taking that choice of life. And you better take a whole bunch of pictures, because when you go to prison, guess what you're gonna be? You're gonna be a has-been type of person. Oh, I used to have this. I was doing this. I was doing that. It's not a lot of guys. It was a few guys in there. I because of my situation, I had a little money, but it was some heavy hitters in there, some millionaires in there. But most of the guys in there had to tell stories about what they had while their locker was empty.
Man.
The biggest dope boy on the street ain't got nothing in his lockbox.
Gotta ask you for a suit.
Yeah,
Like,
suit.
well, hold up, bro.
And we talking about 35 cents. Yeah, we
Come
talking
on.
about 35 cent suits.
35-cent suits.
Yep.
And the man is literally telling you, oh man, when I was out here, I had 1,000 keys. That don't add up, bro. Like, so
Man.
what you doing now? Like, why ain't you got nothing? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
You use 900 of them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I just want to stress as big as I can, like, all that stuff goes away when you go in. You know what I'm saying? And most times, like, I was lucky, maybe because most of my people knew it was a short bid and I'd be home sooner than later. This was my first time in trouble. So maybe most of everybody in my circle and even the auxiliary type people had faith in me that, hey, when he come home, he ain't going back, and we gonna ride with him. But guess what? When you engulf yourself in this lifestyle and people expect the worst of you, you're gonna be out here on your own when you go. You know what I'm saying? And women, yeah, you might got 1,000 women out here right now. Guess what? You're gonna have maybe one, maybe two that's gonna stay in contact. And they contact gonna be brief because guess what? When they move on and they got them a man that's taking care of them and doing this, your phone call will be lucky to get answered when you call. Or they gonna start scheduling the time for you to have to call. Like, oh, call me around this time, I'll be free.
Man.
So you don't got her no more. Somebody in the streets got her. Or
because he ain't locked up. He got her.
He got her. You know what I'm saying? Or the guy who was working the 9 to 5 that actually, where you sped by him in your Porsche and he was in just a nice little Camry. Guess who picking her up? That nice Camry now.
Yeah, the one you called lame for all them years.
He got it.
Hey, you want to talk about heartbreak? Man, be locked up and let one leave you, bro. Heartbreak. You're gonna be going to that phone, and that phone ain't gonna be getting picked up. You're gonna be going through some shit, man.
Then you see them, they be slamming the phone.
Slamming the phone.
Hey, break the phone.
When I get out, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
Hey.
Oh my God! Like, what you doing, bro? Like, and you see it, he hit that on the head. The heartbreak a man go through in prison to hear that the woman either left him, like flat out tell him, "Oh, we done," or flat out say, I'm over here.
Don't let it happen on a visit.
Oh man. They might close down the visit room behind
man, it's over.
You know what I'm saying?
I done seen that happen. Yeah,
it happens.
I done seen it happen.
Guys can't process it and they don't realize that you affected this woman too by leaving. Like, and people need physical love. That's another thing about prison. That
companionship.
That companionship is monumental.
Yes,
like,
yes,
so
sir.
It's a void.
Yes,
and for the inmate, why you think they start having these groups of people that they kick it with all day, every day? Because that's your companionship in prison, is the camaraderie that you build with a few guys. That's who you're gonna kick it with, because you still need some type of companionship. That's why guys go crazy in solitary, because it's too difficult to deal with life by yourself.
Yep.
It's hard. Life already hard enough. So
especially when the scenery don't change.
Come on,
man.
Ain't nothing, nothing changed.
It's one thing to be lonely, but it's another thing to be lonely in a box. You know what I'm saying?
And so I really hope the youth understand. Like, and I come to y'all right now. I got diamonds in my mouth. You know, I'm relatable. So I ain't one person to tell y'all what not to do and how to do it. But what I want y'all to understand is that prison joint ain't for it. Like, I want to stress this as bad as I can. Like, you go sit there and you go sit in that box, and a lot of the chances y'all taking is gonna get you sent to the pen where they stabbing you quick, like,
or killed.
And when you show up, I'm gonna give y'all real testimony, because most of the guys that where I was at, they had got transferred down from the pen. They had done enough good time, because the pen is so tension riddled and so scary that you have to make a decision. Like, I can't stay living here, because guess what? My man might go do something wrong, and
it's
I don't even
inevitable.
know yet, and they gonna kill me, because that's my man. You know what I'm saying? So you get to prison the day you touch down at the feds in the penitentiary, and PR probably could testify to this too by doing fed time. They give you a care package, and in that care package, you are going to have a hammer.
Yeah.
And that's a banger. A banger could be either a floater or an actual bone crusher. You getting that off the rip. Now they may not be like, oh, go put in work and go do this, but you gonna be on call. And if you're not on call, like perfect attendance, Your people gonna be the ones to push up on you and put you in the box and send you up top. You see what I'm saying? And people not ready for that. Everybody who doing crime ain't bona fide killers. Like you selling drugs don't make you no killer. Like let's just keep it funky. Like everybody not built like that. So you have to realize that this, even where I went, it was I literally seen a guy come out in his room. We're sitting there on the flats. I'm watching a basketball game, and they watching. It was on Monday. They were watching Love and Hip Hop on the black TV, and on the sports game, it was the Lakers was playing. So we just out there standing, you know, kicking the bobo, and the guy walked right out his room, walked right up to his celly at the microwave, and stabbed the man in his temple in front of everybody. I mean, in front of everybody, bro. Like it's his celly. They from the same city, Washington D.C. So they really homies. But the man got mad because he thought he stole some of his books. Come to find out, he misplaced his books. But that's how quick it go down. Y'all not ready for that. Like, if you're a killer, hey, you might be ready for that. So do what you do. But most of y'all not ready for that type of stuff. Even the guys that was in there that's real gangbangers was taken back. Like, damn, what's going on? I mean, these is certified gangbangers, done bust the gun, done did all that. They like, shit. You know what I'm saying? Damn, like, you see what I'm saying? So most of y'all not built for that lifestyle. Let it go. Because before it's too late and you get in there and you put in the position. Because stuff happened quick. I done seen guys have to get the lock in the sock and knock a dude eye out. Yeah. Putting the lock in putting their lock in the sock and bang.
Yeah, on the yeah. I done seen it tied to a belt.
Lost his eye, and that guy who hit him with the lock in the sock got 13 years added on his time.
Yep. Yeah, they putting that baby oil in that microwave.
They doing all that.
Bah! Hit that baby oil.
And so a lot of folks, it sound good, it look good, but let me tell you, everything ain't gold that got shine. It ain't all what it's made out to be, and guess what? There's consequences for every decision we make. You know what I'm saying? Everyone. So, and whether it's a positive or it's a negative, and I'm so thankful to y'all guys on everything. I need some merch. Let me make sure I say that too. I need some merch.
Yeah, we got you.
But I'm so thankful to y'all guys because this was my first opportunity to do some of my outreach. You know what I'm saying? And even better, coming on this show to have two guys who can really relate, and even my man Superb, as we talked before, he can relate. He just luckily been blessed to dodge these folks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's guys out here who've been going hard, no breaks, ain't never had to go sit down, and God bless their soul or God bless their situation. I hope not nobody else ever have to get locked up personally, because I know the torment that's behind it. But I know reality, and I know America. That's one of the biggest money-making systems they got is prison. You feel what I'm saying? So we got to help stir those. You know, we need to bring these numbers down because us impoverished folks, and I say impoverished because it don't matter. I learned this while I was in there. Yes, a lot of black folks getting time, but guess what? It's whites in there that got time. It's Mexicans in there that got time. And the common denominator is they're all from poor communities. You know what I'm saying? Now, the fluent folks who got money, okay, it's some white folks who got money, they skirt the system. Or they get just a little bit of time. But it's white guys in there that got just the same amount of time as the black guy. You know what I'm saying? Doing the same stuff. You feel me? And so that's why I'm glad you here, Ian. So they know, like, this ain't, and I want to stress that. But I got on a Black Lives Matter shirt. I made sure I'm going to come on here, let it be known. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a movement going right now. Justice system is fucked up, but it's fucked up for impoverished.
Or should we say momentum, not movement? We got momentum right now.
Absolutely. Thank you for correcting that. Absolutely, momentum. You're absolutely right. But I want to stress that, you know, being in an impoverished situation doesn't give us the excuse to still do wrong that'll put us in an even worse situation. You know what I'm saying? So we have to use our wits. Us us 4 men, we got to use our reach to reach out to these young men and show them, like, hey man, if you stuck on doing that, look, and if you stuck on doing wrong, I'm just gonna advise you on, you need to minimize the time of doing that wrong. Because the longer you keep throwing these rocks at the penitentiary, guess what? You gonna hit eventually.
Yep.
Man.
You gonna hit.
Like they say,
you keep throwing rocks into this ocean and you've been missing, guess what? Eventually one of them, even if it skips in, it's going to eventually get in that water.
Yep.
So just keep throwing them. The folks are going to come holler at you eventually. Because you know what? It's other folks who get pitched that's going to tell. They'll tell on their mama.
Man.
I was in there with a guy who told on his mama, and when they found out, they beat him out the place. I'm being dead for real. The man told on his mama, and when his paperwork finally showed up, his car got him off the compound. Because if
you gonna tell your mama, you gonna tell on anybody.
He was cool as a fan. We didn't know, but he was waiting on. They were waiting on the paperwork because they don't allow no longer. They used to. And PR knows this. They used to allow you to have your paperwork with you. They would do that. No, they done changed it. So now you have to get it sent in, and you kind of got to be slick on how you get it sent in. You see what I'm saying? So this guy was waiting. I think he waited like 45 days, but they knew the paperwork was coming, so they let him stay on the compound. The paperwork showed up, and we got locked down for that. They beat the man senseless and got him off the compound because he told on his mama. Like, real talk, the man told on his mama. So if a man gonna tell on his mama, he gonna tell on you. So y'all can understand that train of thought that everybody ain't as thorough as you think. In prison, it was really what? Even where I was at, it was 80% probably legit and 20% flying under the radar, or they done joined some religious things so they could be covered for telling. You know what I'm saying? So I hope everybody understands, like, what you're doing has a consequence. And I personally hope that you can find a more suitable way to get to your end goal. But you have to understand, life, you got time. You don't got time. Guess what? The one thing you don't got when you go there, you giving them your time.
Yes.
As PR already just said, that's irreplaceable. No money can suffice any time given up. Because I used to, and this is how I know the truth. That's why I have to do this, because when I was in there was guys who used to say this, and it made me realize it's just some dudes that just not worth nothing. They're keeping it real. Some dudes is just they burnt out. Dudes used to tell me, "Oh, I'd have done your time to make your type of money." Do y'all not understand? Y'all got kids, so no matter what, the time is not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not worth it. Like, if I could have gave them all the money back and never done it, and they said, "Well, you're not going to prison," I'd have done that. You see what I'm saying? Even though it was a great learning mechanism, but no time is worth no amount of money. Like, losing time from your loved ones, I don't get that time back. That's a whole year and some time that I lost from my mama. Like, being able to see my mama, going to eat with my mama, I don't get that time back. Like, my mama gained another year that I didn't get to experience with her. My daughter gained another year. I didn't get that experience. You don't get that back. So people have to start realizing time is the most valuable thing. From the day we born, we got a clock that's going to expire.
Yep.
So guess what? You need to utilize your time that God done blessed. You don't even know when that clock expires. To be honest, a guy dying, a guy died literally in my last lockdown. A guy died from a heart attack, and he was like 30-something years old in prison. Stressed out. Now think about, and I think he had only been down maybe 4 years. I think he had like another 3 or 4 to go. You don't think those last 4 years would have been way better put to work if he was free? We don't know when it's our time to go. So for somebody to be like, "Oh, I got the rest of my life, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that," you don't know that. You can go to prison and you get into something, you get killed. You can die in prison from the conditions. You can catch something, you die. You can die from the stress, or you could just die because it's your time to go.
Yeah.
Like so you got the time. I can't stress it enough, and I hope any viewers,
I just saw my man Big D. Shout out to my boy Big D on the cast. He been down, so he knows what I'm talking about. But that time is the most pivotal thing us humans got. It's nothing more valuable than time. And prison really taught me that. Like, there's nothing in this world more valuable than having time to spend with your loved ones. Just like and PR said something that just ding 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 in my head when he said he missed his son's graduation by 2 weeks. As minuscule as we would think 2 weeks is, that was pivotal, life changing in his situation. Yeah. We say 2 weeks ain't nothing. Real talk.
Go sit down for 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Oh, that ain't nothing.
I say sit down for 2 weeks, see what you miss in a 2 week span. Much less, doing some like 52 weeks.
That job, huh?
Yeah.
If folks don't formulate that in their head, they'll just, that ain't nothing, or everything will be back the same when I come. Guess what? This is God honest truth. I was gone for 14 months with no internet access. So I didn't get to keep up. Whatever we saw on TV is what we saw, and whatever people kind of hit me to, I kind of kept up with. The world changed in 14 months.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In 14 months, like, I came home, it's a whole different fashion scene. Sneaker culture is totally different. Man. Like, on God, in 14 months, the sneaker culture went from you can get steals to everything is stocked at to approved. Price. If it ain't based off of that, people not really doing it unless they just really don't. They just I'm fucking with the community, so I'm gonna post this for steal prices. But everything is influenced by StockX and Go.
Yes.
That wasn't done 14 months ago. You feel what I'm saying? So you see that and you like, and this is a culture I love. You know, Ian, you've been out of all for the people listening. I've known Ian. It's all probably close to 10 years now.
Yeah, at least.
You know what I'm saying? So he knows I love this, and most of the people who watch him know me personally. Know I love shoes. I love fashion. Even in prison, my little prison pics that I took in my grave. I'm gonna flare it up some. I had me some.
Ironed it up, had them creases in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be flared up. Like I got my pants, I got my little sweats, I got them tailored so they was a little slimmer and skinny. I'm still gonna. That's me. Like I'm gonna be as fashionably sound as I possibly can be. You feel what I'm saying? So knowing this and coming home and seeing the difference, imagine these guys who get in real time. The world done lapped them 10 times. And y'all don't realize that. And you think you're going to come home, and that's another thing these folks, I need my young guys to realize. You think you're going to come home and you're going to get back on that same block and think you can run something? Guess what? It's a bunch of new young rowdy dudes who done came up that's ready to take you out
and don't know you.
And who this nigga?
Come on,
who are you?
Right off of you. Because
you got to get introduced.
I took him out the way because he went to the feds or he went to the state. Guess who I done knocked off? They gonna take that clout. So I just want folks to realize, like, it ain't sweet out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing. I don't care what it is. Ain't no amount of money worth sitting down for. Because guess what? When you miss all these pivotal times and folks start passing and this and that, who is there to give you that hug that you really need?
And it ain't no guarantee that release date gonna be your release date.
Ain't no guarantee.
I just told you I lost 27 days.
I say they call it TPM for a reason, tentative.
And now they got some cell phones. You get caught with a cell phone.
Boy. And they talking about now it could be an attempted escape charge with a cell phone, which could be mandatory.
Folks done figured out any way to change the statutes to favor
to get more money out of you.
That's all it is. It's a real. If we looked at the U.S. economy and we really paid attention to the pie chart of where money come from, it is a substantial. It's not no other. It's going to have its own category of the U.S. prison system actually funding the U.S. economy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when we have to, that's why I say it's up to us as us having the knowledge to understand and educate the youth. We have to let them know, like, hey, they want y'all. They happy y'all messing up.
That's why the system is failed for us, because they feel ain't nobody gonna miss us. You ain't on the streets doing shit anyway. Let us get some money out of your ass. You know what I mean?
And we love you. We gonna give you three good little meals. That ain't 3 good meals. It's some garbage. No. Let's keep it real. I only went to chow for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
And they gonna make money off of you.
That's hamburger day, chicken day, and chicken patty day. That's it. I ain't going.
And you gonna spend that money. You gonna spend your money on commissary.
You got to. And you spending the culture, and it's 360. Listen to me. It's a millionaire that was down the road with me. He got to spend the same amount of money as I got to spend.
Can't spend more than that.
Can't spend no more than that. Unless
grab somebody that
to get somebody else to go do it. And guess what? You can get a shot for that. You can get in trouble for sending money to somebody else and having them shop for you. So you're still taking a risk. Like,
and you still owe them for the favor. So
it's absolutely
you're getting taxed.
So I don't want to stress like all that money. Guess what? That money don't mean nothing in the system. It can mean a little something. I mean, trust me, it can mean a little something. But at the same time, you can only spend so much. You're not spending no more. And guess what? When like the times that I bought shoes because they had, I ended up getting some Kyries in there. I bought some Soldiers. I bought like 2 pair of Adidas. So every time I buy shoes, guess what? I can't buy as much grocery as I need because that come out your commissary. That part of your spending limit. When I bought my MP3 player because I wanted to listen to music and zone out and, just sit back on my bed and, relax and not think about prison, that come out your commissary. Like, it ain't like they like, oh, well, the electronics, we gonna let y'all spend whatever y'all want on that. And then you can still buy this, all the food off the 360. It all comes out the 360.
Same check.
So, everything. Then when you lock down, see, this is why I love to paint this picture because when you lock down, guess what? They bring in a bag, lunch, and it's the worst lunch they could possibly. They give it literally. They brought us celery and peanut butter. What are we supposed to do with this? I don't eat peanut butter. I don't eat celery, so I don't even got the bread to make a peanut butter sandwich. What am I really supposed to do with this? Like,
it ain't even enough to feed a 6-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
Listen to me, man. We used to complain so bad, man. And then you got to think, my celly was snacks. The man about 240. Young dude, he got to eat. He in there complaining like, man, open the locker, bro. Whatever, like, but you got to manage. Think about it. If we lock down 18 days, we supposed to go to commissary every week. So sometimes you're not prepared for that long of a lockdown. Eventually, you like towards the end, definitely when I was coming home and it was all right, my release date is such and such to go home. I'm not going commissary shopping. Like that would be stupid. You know what I'm saying? But we got hit with an 18-day lockdown. I was in there so sad, like, man, I killed my locker after like 8 days, and now we just in there looking drunk. I gotta literally yell to the guard to get something from one of my man Nate, cause he's a store man. Hey Nate, send such and such up here. I'm gonna get you straight. Don't worry. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no way to be living. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to stress to the youth out there, man, please. You know what I'm saying? Think about these decisions y'all making. Think about the fact that does this actually provide y'all with a benefit of long-term happiness? Does this affect you in a positive way? Will this help improve your health situation? Because a lot of us, we don't think about these things, but guess what? When you go to prison, those be your main concerns.
Man.
Yeah, and the thing is, running the streets and selling dope and scamming and whatever it is, robbing, all that stuff. There's no fallback plan to that. Like the fallback plan for somebody out robbing is to rob somebody else. The fallback plan for a scam is to scam somebody else. Fallback plan for selling dope is to sell dope to somebody else. There is no fallback plan for I regret so many decisions I made. As far as not knowing what I would need later in life. And, when I was young. I mean, who would have thought, you know, things like credit scores and 401k and retire? Man,
Absolutely.
I thought nothing about that because I had a pocket full of money. I had a house, I had a car, I had a job.
Short
You know what
term
I'm
goal.
saying? Exactly. And so I really wish that I don't really wish I could change too much of the things that I've been through. I only wish I could rewind the tape and put back money, or or just in all make better decisions. I mean, not trying to do things to fit in and be cool and make a name for myself. I'd rather be a broke lame dude. You know, a rich lame dude is what I meant to say.
Listen to
Not
me.
you know,
You
I
so
don't
on point with that because
yeah.
at the end of the day, look what doing the right thing got you.
Yeah.
I know what's going on. I remember you had got big. People probably don't even know that side of you, to keep it real, bro. But you had got big. You know what I'm saying? Gained a lot of weight. Now you're doing so good. The weight done fell off you. You know what I'm saying? Like butter, just cutting the weight up. You got shoes. I mean, I'm looking behind you. I might need you to say, well, I know you ain't my size, but you know what I'm saying? You got shoes growing back out the wazoo. You know what I'm saying? And blessings bestow you, because guess what? When you do right, the blessings come. And it ain't no pressure. It ain't no stress. It
and one of the biggest blessings.
Yes.
Well, I mean, obviously the biggest blessing of all is being back a part of my immediate family and back in their life. But another huge blessing is things like we're doing right now, having an outlet with a YouTube channel with people that, like I say, motivate me to stay doing the right thing, keep my head in the game. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, being able to do something that I'm passionate about with people who are also passionate about the same thing, and it's really, that's right. It's a huge blessing. And I don't never take, like I say, like we started talking about at the beginning, taking things for granted. I don't really take things for granted no more, because I know at any time this is only one bad decision to be away from being taken away.
That
you know
quick.
what I mean? That quick,
man.
And that's why I choose not to go around the same old people I used to run with. I choose not to make the same decisions. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because it's one decision away from being right back where I was.
Yep.
And you can't get it back after you do that.
No,
Hey, Rock.
I don't think I have another recovery in me. You know what I'm saying? I can't recover this again.
Absolutely. What's going on, boss?
Hey, we greatly appreciate you coming on to the show, man, giving back to the youth, giving back for anybody that's moving in the wrong direction. We greatly appreciate it. We're going to end the show with two last questions right here. We're going to discuss, you already touched bases on how did your time affect your shoe collection. So we're gonna go into what are 3 shoes that are must-have for you, meaning any shoe, not just Jordans, and what you got on feet. Well, we're gonna let Ian go into that second question right there, but we got 2 more things we want to do. But the first one is, what's 3 shoes that are a must-have in your collection?
Must have, which was like the first things when I got out I had to have. It's actually a 4-pack. Chicago ones, Bread ones, Royal ones, Shadow ones. Anybody know me since I'm a one fanatic? I see. I'm a one fanatic. Actually, the Chicago's was my first. I bought Chicago ones and off-white Prestos from my man Dean Mugg. Shout out to Dean. Good deal. Bought them. That was my first purchase coming out. No, take that back. Second, my first purchase. Big shout out to Eric Brown. He got me right. He got me in some, yes, sir. He got me in some Take Flight 8s. That's the green and orange ones, I believe. Yeah, got me in those. And then my second purchase was the Chicago ones, mandatory. I already had the Breads, already had the Royals. Luckily, out of the 7 shoes that I left at home before leaving, those was mandatory still. I had to have those. Like, I knew that was something I really had to keep no matter what. So I kept those.
I've actually got a dead stock pair out of the Royals and gave away the used ones. I ain't been lucky yet to cop a dead stock on the breads. But I literally had the breads on yesterday. So I would say those 4 shoes is mandatory have for me personally.
All right, go ahead, Diverse Dale. We're gonna end the show like this.
As we always do, and those of y'all that follow the page and watch all the videos, we greatly appreciate it. First of all, thank y'all for being a part of our growth and success and everything. But as you know, we at the end of each video, we always like to see what's on feet for the day. So, Rock, as you being today's guest, we're gonna let you start it off with what's on feet today.
I got on some 700. Let me make sure I'm in the light so y'all can see. Big shout out, all everything I got on. You know what I'm saying, local folk. Shout out to Mario and my man Reek for the miserable pants, cargos, and all the way down to some Yeezy 700s.
You got the Funkos back there popping.
Oh, I'm crazy about that. But that's how we rocking Yeezy 700s, man. Thought I'd just do something comfortable. Rock with the flow, man.
Hey, we got some miserable over here too. You know what I'm saying?
You know what time it is. Shout out to all the local designers, man. And definitely the young local designers. We proud of y'all, man. Yeah, we encouraging y'all keep up with the arts, man, and doing what y'all doing, because us older heads, we see it. We happy y'all finding y'all lane, and we gonna support you as best as we can.
Facts. PR, what you got on feet today?
Today we rocking them lows.
Well, look at it. Man, look. Hey, we ain't gonna bring you on no more, man. You making me bring you on no more, man.
All I'm wearing is hype, man. I don't wear nothing else but hype. So
man,
we ain't bringing you on no more, man. You can't. No.
I'm gonna go ahead and go next.
Go ahead.
So you got the hat on, so you know I had to throw these on.
Oh yeah. With them still icy bottoms.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah.
They say, and be on the lookout. The website about to have them colors. You know what I'm saying? Hey, about to
drop some
new stuff out there. You know,
shirts and all that. Yeah, we got about 5 different colorways coming real soon.
That's right. About a week out from now. Yeah, when we get back. All right, for me, you see, I got the red, Fnts on, obviously. So I had to dig down in the archives today. Hold on, get this. Now I brought out a classic. You know what I'm saying? Black Toes.
Ooh,
Black sir, yes sir.
Yeah, nothing too major.
I have to get rid of mine. I need a pair of them.
Hey, once again, Rock Man, we greatly appreciate you joining us tonight and bringing this positive message to the page, man, for all those watching and everything. And before we go, man, once again, can you plug your handles for us? Let the people know where they can find you at on your social media outlets.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all. Streets and the feet. Feet in the streets.
It's all good. It's all good.
I definitely appreciate y'all, all 3 of y'all. I can definitely be found on Facebook as Rock Chanel. And my Instagram is Flexing Diego. Flexing FLEXXIN. Diego DIEGO.
Yes, sir. San Diego, that's where I'm from. I appreciate that. Hey, PR, you plugged.
I didn't even know you had an Instagram, so I just followed it just now.
I just seen it. It just alerted me. I'm gonna follow you back.
That's what's up.
Follow me on IG. It's your boy at PR_23.
Hey, once again, it's your boy Superb Kicks, man. Follow us at the Feats in the Streets Instagram. Follow us on Feats in the Streets Facebook. You can catch me on my personal page, Marbell Wystone, MARBELLWYSTONE on the Instagram. And once again, find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and most importantly, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button for this video. We greatly appreciate it.
That's right. Now, Diverse Styles, the other half Feats in the Streets. You can find me on Instagram at Ian Tankersley 404. That's IANTANKERSLEY 404. Same name on Facebook. So pretty simple there. And like I say, head over to the featsindthestreets.com, get your merchandise today.
Most definitely. And next week we'll be going live from California. You know, we'll be in San Diego, and we'll have a interview with the homie Fast Lane Fig set up for next week. You know what I mean? So we're gonna do that right there. So make sure y'all tune in next week. We're gonna talk about the clothing line. You know, go back OG kicks, like stuff like Chuck, Cortez, you know, K-Swiss. We're gonna talk about the old school kicks and stuff. So y'all head over Fast Lane Fig with 2 G's and check out his Instagram, and y'all see who the guest is for next week. Appreciate you, Rock, man. We greatly appreciate you, big dog.
Appreciate y'all,
Double
man.
salute, man.
That's right.
Great show. Great show.
Yes, sir.
And everybody out there, thank y'all for joining in, commenting in the comment section. We greatly appreciate all the feedback.
And make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe too. Also, we greatly appreciate it. Every subscribe go a long way for this channel right here. We greatly appreciate it. Hey, appreciate you again, Relative PR and Diverse Styles, for holding it down, man. Hey, Diverse Styles and the white. Hey, let me give a special shout out to the wifey, man. The wifey held it down for me when I was gone, man. I came in here, FaceTimed her, walked her through it. You know what I mean? Because of her, man, we got the live up on time and everything. I was running real behind today doing what I do, man, and I greatly appreciate it. Want to shout out the wifey. I love you, baby, and thank you for that, man, and appreciate all y'all, man, and check y'all out next week.
100.
What's up? Everybody have a good evening, man.
Y'all too.